On the campus of the Blackhawks, I'm Kevin Derryberry alongside James Poovey for Red Mountain Football on the Red Mountain TV and on the YouTube network. It doesn't get any better than this as far as pageantry and the type of school and program that you're going to face. All Williamsfield has done in the last 2 seasons, they started off 0-2 a year ago. They won 12 consecutive games, won the 5A Santan with a record of 7-0. Then they won the 5A state championship. They finished the season at a whopping 12-2. They've won 16 out of 18 games, and here they are tonight with a team that's young and trying to figure things out as they go to work with their quarterback, just a youngster. It's C.J. Tiller gets the start. He's a sophomore quarterback. But let me tell you something. Steve Campbell at the helm for 14 years for Williamsfield, the only coach that this program has ever known, 130 career wins. All this young man does is win, and he stands at 6'9". He's the tallest coach in the state of Arizona.
Coach Steve Campbell, former backup quarterback at the Arizona State University. Like you mentioned, all he does out here in the Santan Valley is win football games. Very successful program here. Success at the 5A level. They've now moved up to 6A. It's a great atmosphere out here tonight. Senior night, Kevin. We've been privileged to be a part of a lot of senior nights this season in this unprecedented year with COVID-19. I think the first game we did was senior night at home at Red Mountain. They were trying to get it in before no one knows if we're going to have another football game or not, but it's going to be a great one here tonight at Williamsfield High School. On
paper, this sets up to be a dandy, as I like to say. Let's get you some keys to the game for Mike Peterson and his football team. On defense, they want to play physical. They want to pressure the quarterback, and they want to defend well. Just play with excellent coverage throughout the night. They want to make it difficult for C.J. Tiller to find passing lanes and be able to throw the football and have success doing it. Offensively, control the line of scrimmage. Last week, Red Mountain, really at certain times of that ball game against Queen Creek, they controlled the line of scrimmage both ways. They ended up losing that game 36-29, but they played 4 quarters of football and they battle all night long. We look for that same type of effort here. Control the line of scrimmage offensively. Get the ball into the hands of the playmakers. That means Anthony Carrington, you got a chance to shine again here tonight. Drake Bourne, Nas Bryant, these guys. George Ramirez, he has a platform tonight to have success here against Williamsfield, and we're ready to get this thing underway. We'll have all kinds of changes for you for the Mountain Lions on special teams. On the return, this looks like it was Cody McLaughlin. Let's double check it. It was indeed Cody Mack on the return for Red Mountain, coming in with that special teams tackle, number 30, Caden Myers. He's a senior, and he was represented here tonight on senior night, James.
Yeah, it's great to see Williamsfield out here on senior night. Lots of changes all over the special teams unit tonight for Red Mountain, but a nice little return there to get the ball game started for the Mountain Lions. Excited to see what the offense has in store here tonight. And we are privileged to have the coach, Coach Josh Barge, right very near us here tonight.
Offensive coordinator Josh Barge to our right. This will be Evan Swoboda, the starter at quarterback. For Evan, you got to love the size that he plays with. 6'5", 225-pounder, 955 yards passing this season, 59% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns up against 5 interceptions, and on the very first play of the game, it was a carry to Nas Bryant, and he got stuffed at the line of scrimmage, absolutely belted by 92. Aaron Wolfkill Holston, that's a hyphenated name, 6'2", 285. You'll hear a lot from that young man. He was an honorable mention player a season ago for Steve Campbell. Second down and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Swoboda, first pass of the game, dumped out over the middle, and the ball is caught. Making the reception is Lennox Lawson. And how about that for Lennox Lawson? Nice to see him back on the field, and he's healthy tonight.
Yeah, we got to see him pregame on the far sideline over there. Great to talk with him before tonight's ball game. And L3 primed to have a good one here tonight against the Blackhawks.
For Lennox Lawson, his 7th catch of the year. That one was good for 7 yards. This will be a third and a long, well, it looks like a long 5, actually. So double check the yardage there. There goes Lennox Lawson in motion. Shotgun snap for Swoboda. He looks right. He's flushed out of the pocket. Now he throws, and the ball's going to be picked off. It's intercepted on the far side. And there he goes. He's going to take it in for a pick 6. That's how this game starts for Williamsfield. Number 12, Carson Spear, with a pick 6, unofficially about 30 yards. And Swoboda from the pocket looking right all the way. And jumping the route was Carson Spear, and he did the finish.
Yeah, Spear did a great job on that pick six right there. As soon as he got that football, he did nothing but hit the gas and head for the end zone. Swoboda had good protection there. Number 67 for Red Mountain, Javier Aranda on the tackle position, doing a great job running his defender up the field, but unfortunately Swoboda not quite enough air underneath that one.
So Spear is also the holder. And on to kick for Williamsfield. This will be Caden Lotion Cole. His kick is up and through. 10:43 to go in this opening quarter. Williamsfield 7, Red Mountain 0. It takes you back to last week for just a moment. 4 turnovers in that game, 3 interceptions, and a fumble. And now you start the game with another interception. That's the 6th interception of the season for Swoboda. But they did come back. They were able to give themselves a chance to win last week's game, but it's very difficult to spot any team 22 points, let alone Queen Creek a week ago. And now you got Williamsfield here earlier, and you just look back for a second. Williamsfield played Queen Creek on week 2. The Bulldogs crushed the Blackhawks 37-6. You got to be careful for this football team.
Yeah, they have to be careful. The one thing you definitely don't want to do is spot a team 7 points at home on senior night. The big crowd on hand. They're going to do nothing but feed off their crowd. So now the Red Mountain defense, a little pressure on them. They're going to have to tighten the screws here and try to get a 3-and-out, get that ball back in the hands of the offense.
Caden Lotion Cole will be ready to kick here. Ball's placed at the 40-yard line. Back deep is Cooper Beecher. Beecher from his own goal line. Beecher angles to the 5, to the 10. Bounce to the outside. Looking for the edge to the 20. Turn the corner, 25, 30, and he gets rocked out of bounds. Nice return there by Cooper Beecher. Nice job by Coop, and that is a nice little answer, nice little response on special teams for Mike Peterson's football team. You spot Williamsfield at pick 6 to start the ball game, and now it's nice to see Cooper Beecher respond with an excellent return and put his football team in some really good field position.
A fantastic return right there from Cooper Beecher, and unfortunately for Williamsfield and the beneficiaries, obviously the Red Mountain Lions, the penalty tacked on there, so they're going to start here with great field position from their own 42. And we'll see what they can do now getting the ball back in the hands of the offense.
That's a great call by that officiating team, as I called it. Cooper Beecher got blasted on the Blackhawks sideline. So now, 1st and 10 for Swoboda. He'll take this one under center. The turn, the give to the tailback, and trying to find a running lane right there and positive yardage. Running right behind Aiden Peebler, number 55, road grade down there. That was Georgie Ramirez with the carry. And for Georgie Ramirez, he's been seldom used at tailback. That was just his 9th carry of the season. 8 for 52 and a touchdown before that carry. So nice run there. A power run of 5 yards for Georgie.
Great blocking up front, a good push in the middle, and Georgie Ramirez, a great head of steam. Here he comes again.
They go back to Georgie, turns the corners, got the first down, lowers the pads, and blows up would-be tacklers. Nice job by Georgie Ramirez. You get the feeling that if Red Mountain wants to run the football and use 9 like that, he could have a big evening there. And George Ramirez, 2 quick carries, 14 yards rushing here. And let's set you up with that offensive line because there was a lot of room there for Georgie, and it was all set up by the left tackle, Javier Aranda Pinion, 6'3", 308. He's out of Mesa High School. The left guard, Victor Castellano, 6'3", 325. Aiden Peevely in the center, 6'1", 225. The right guard is Robert Talamantes, 6'2", 250. Ian Newling at 6'1", 245. They go back to Ramirez. Nice hole on that right side, and he's going to be tackled on the 40-yard line.
Fantastic job on the right-hand side that time, just running off tackle once again. Georgie Ramirez, the offensive line doing a great job climbing up to the second level, cutting off those linebackers, and just opening a gaping hole there for Georgie off the right-hand side. Nice job.
Gain of 3 on that particular play for Georgie. Donovan Guyton with the stop out of that free safety position for Williamsfield. 2nd and 7 from the Blackhawks 40-yard line. Swoboda to the air, and he went for Anthony Carrington, and Anthony Carrington fell down. And AC's getting helped up by the tight end, Jordan Morris. So that pass was errant, and good thing for Evan that ball had a lower trajectory, and that was going for the turf here as Carrington slipped. because he was thrown into traffic again.
Yeah, that was a near miss right there, and a bullet dodge once again there for Evan Swoboda. Big third down there for the Mountain Lions.
Lennox Lawson has checked in. He's at the slot to the left position. Anthony Carrington to the near side. Swoboda back to throw. Looks right. Fires over the middle of the field, and there's nobody home. Down the middle of the seam was Jordan Morris. Check that. I beg your pardon. That was indeed Jordan Morris. We do have a play clock visible here at Williamsfield High School. We're our way out in the East Valley, out in Gilbert off Higley Road. The Blackhawks 4-2 overall. Interesting stat here. They've been outscored 124 to 112 through 6 games. This is Jordan Morris in punt formation for Red Mountain. Good snap, good punt. And Morris drills this one down the field. It takes a bounce inside the 10, takes a Red Mountain hop, and the Mountain Lions are going to cover it on the 1, but I think they're going to roll into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. Tough break. We'll see where they spot the football.
At the 1.
That's the number 48 on special teams. Darius Brown, the gunner, gets down there, and I thought his body took him into the end zone. But let's take the favorable spot here, JP.
Yeah, we'll take it. He kind of did a little bit of a somersault there as he recovered the football right before the goal line. Luckily, the officials called him down almost as soon as he grabbed the football. So luckily for Red Mountain's defense, they start now with the offense for Williamsfield in a big hole.
The Mountain Lions, trailing 7-0, will pin the Blackhawks back really on their own 1-yard line. In fact, it's about a half of a football outside the 1-yard line. This will be C.J. Tiller at quarterback, his first snap of the night. He's a sophomore. He's going to throw the bomb to begin this game into double coverage, and the ball is incomplete. And here comes a flag very, very late. The flag came in very late after a lot of lobbying by the Blackhawks sidelines. And that's a tough time to throw that penalty marker out here, especially when they were hemmed in and they threw a Hail Mary pass into double coverage, and yet the referees are going to bail them out with perhaps a pass interference call. I disagree with that call, James.
I wholeheartedly agree with your disagreement, Kevin. That was great double coverage right there from Red Mountain's back end, and a pretty good football there, but it was just greatly covered by the defense, and there should not have been a penalty flag throw.
They were going for all-region second-teamer Miles Taylor, a wide receiver. He also plays a little free safety. He's a senior. 8 catches for 163 last week in that 21-10 win over Desert Ridge, a Blackhawk win in that 6A Fiesta region. So back to C.J. Tiller. 6'2", 187, 1,093 yards passing, a 59% passer on the season. 15 seconds on the play clock. 4 wide receivers make it 5 now, an empty set for C.J. Tiller. Back to throw, looking left, winds up going for the deep ball again, far sideline. He's got a receiver there, and there's a reception made, and then he drops the ball. Oh, wow, a huge break for Red Mountain. Wide open on that far sideline was Kyler Casper, and Casper had that one right there in the breadbasket and just dropped the ball.
That was a great ball there from Tiller. I really don't understand what happened. It looked like he laid it right in there. Almost, it appeared he couldn't have handed it to him any better, but somehow just bounced out and incomplete.
I think that it was kind of interesting. That pass had some hang time to it, too. That ball was up there, James.
Just sat there and just hung up for a minute.
2nd and 10 from their own 16-yard line. 2 wide receivers now for Williamsfield. They run a little sweep, and great defense by the Red Mountain Lions. Eli Palmer in on the hunt with Skylar Edmonds and friends. Josh Campos was there. We're talking about a host of Red Mountain Line tacklers there, and it's nice to see Eli Palmer out there. He was the Dr. Corey Giles Lions Den Player of the Week, and you see what he did last week. 10 tackles, 2 sacks, and he picks up where he left off last week with a nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Fantastic defensive play right there. Red Mountain football's defense on fire that time. Number 7, Cole Loria getting that party started. Always fighting, trying to keep that outside contained, forcing the action back inside where his pals are right there to help him out.
Another guy that had a standout performance last week was Vincent Glove. We get a penalty marker here. Looks like we might have had some movement. For Red Mountain, they're wearing their Cardinal pants with their white jerseys. Their numbers are silver, trimmed in cardinal. for Williamsfield, wearing their home red pants with their black jerseys outlined with red numbers. And I can tell you, the numbers have a kind of a gray outline on them, and they're a little bit challenging to see, wouldn't you say, James?
I would say they are, Kevin. A little bit light red almost.
They go empty again with Tiller. He takes the snap at his knees. Here comes the pressure. He flushes out. Now he's going to run it down the sideline to C.J. Tiller, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds. Nice tackle there by Cole Loria to come up there and finish the play and play to the whistle. Nice job there by 7, Cole Loria.
Fantastic tackle on the edge right there, forcing the quarterback scrambling out of bounds there by Cole Loria, but also number 54 on the hunt there, Vincent Glubna chasing that quarterback down from the backside. Excellent job there, 54.
Loria, all-region second-team performer a season ago, his 26th tackle of the season, and that'll bring up a punting situation here for Williamsfield. They go right back to Caden Lotioncole, and he sends that one high up into the air. Angles to the near side. It takes a weird carom. There's a fumble on the play. Williamsfield believes they've got the football, and the official says it's going to be Red Mount football. And perhaps the Mountain Lions dodged yet another torpedo here in this first quarter. Hustling off was Gabriel Cook. We talked to Gabe Cook before the game, and he says, hey, I might be a little undersized, but I play with a physical style of football, and I thought that was pretty cool coming from Gabe Cook.
You know, we talk about dodging a bullet, Kevin. They dodged a bullet and the entire gun on that one right there did Red Mountain. That ball bounced off of, I believe it was 42, Joey Rassiopi. It was a live football right away, and Williamsfield tried to pounce on it, but somehow Red Mountain able to recover the football.
That's what they call a gratuitous bounce, and Red Mountain will now get the football back, trailing by 7 with 7:21 to go in this contest. 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Shotgun snap for Evan. Has some time from the pocket, throws outside, and the ball is going to be caught. The ball's caught, and he was immediately dropped. Making the catch was Gage Skidmore. Defensively, Donovan Guyton again, and now they're going to say the ball was incomplete. So the officials are getting the calls correct, but they're coming in just a fuzz tardy. But we'll take you. Did not agree with that personal foul early on, or pass interference. Thought that was just an easy bailout for C.J. Tiller and the Steve Campbell-led offense. Clock stopped at 7:14 to go. Opening quarter from Williamsfield High School, way out in the East Valley. This is a zone read for Swoboda. Swoboda's going to keep it, lower his head, and lower the shoulder pads, take it to the 50-yard line. He's met right there. Nice defense there by number 21, Tabor Thomas. For Tabor Thomas, his 50th tackle of the season right there. Nice job by Tabor Thomas.
And
T-squared,
How about Tabor Thomas coming in there, 5'6", 178 up against Edwin Swoboda. Took him on low. Great stop there in the middle after Swoboda rode that zone read and decided to keep that last one.
Thomas coming off a 9-tackle game against Desert Ridge in that 21-10 victory for the Blackhawks. Shotgun snap for Swoboda. Has plenty of time, and he dumps it off over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Lennox Lawson. Swoboda could feel the pressure, and he did a nice job to kind of slide up in that pocket and escape it for a moment by a little time, but I think he hurried the throw, and Lennox unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, great pressure that time from Williamsfield defensive line, specifically number 92, Aaron Wolf-Kale Holston, bearing down the senior, 285 pounds. You can bet Swoboda heard footsteps on that one. Did a great job stepping up in the pocket, but just unfortunately, Lennox Lawson unable to corral that one.
Yeah, you mentioned Wolf-Kale Holston, defensive tackle, 6'2", 285, leads the team in sacks with 7. He was making a bid for number 8 right there. Clock stopped with 6:31 to go. Opening stanza, 7-0 Williamsfield. First pass of the game was picked off and went the other way for a pick 6. That went into the welcome hands of Carson Spear. Spear, an all-region first-teamer, so he has the nose for the football, to say the least. Here comes Jordan Morris for the second time tonight. Last time he got one inside the 20-yard line, and he pinned in Williamsfield into the 1-yard line. Ball spotted on the 50. Now we get perhaps a delay of game as the umpire comes in, blows the whistle. Well, that's a tough one. That's a 5-yard penalty, but it's not like Jordan Morris took that delay of game so he can get some more room for that big leg.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to give himself a little more space there, huh?
You think they were punting in Denver or something like that.
That thin mile-high air, yeah. No doubt.
Good snap.
These guys going back and forth. Uh-oh.
Did you say something, James?
Oh, I said these guys are trying to go back and forth there, Kevin. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
So J-Mo with a kind of a botched kick on that one. That one looks like it connected with the side of his foot there and went straight up and took a tumble to the near sideline. Ball's going to be spotted on the 43-yard line. Here come the Blackhawks with a record of 4-2. I mentioned they've won 16 out of the last 18 games, 7-0 in the 5A Santan before they made the jump, the leap to the 6A conference. And here you go. You get to see Williamsfield for a long time from here to come as they now share the region. They run it left. Up the middle was number 6, Caden Cloud. He's their leading rusher. Ball's loose. Ball's fumbled. They're going down to the sideline. This is Red Mountain with the football. A strip and a return into the end zone. Parker McClure with a fumble recovery, a strip, and a fumble return for a touchdown for Red Mountain. Unofficially, about 40 yards. Parker McClure, his first touchdown as a member of the Mountain Lions on the defensive side of the ball. Wow, what a play.
Relentless pursuit right there. Those guys heads up the entire time. Parker saw that ball bounce off the turf, went almost right into his arms, and he took off for the end zone.
Caden Cloud puts it on the turf, and I don't know who got a hand in there and stripped that one clean, but just great pursuit by the Red Mountain defense. They gank tackled them, stripped the ball, and Parker McClure picked it up and raced down the sidelines. And now with the point after try, Red Mountain here can tie this game up. Here comes a heavy rush, and the kick's going to be blocked. And don't think that the Blackhawks don't know about the woes for Red Mountain special teams. And that time, the kick was blocked. It looked like it was a good snap, but Cody Hall couldn't get that thing in the air, and that ball was blocked by the Blackhawks.
Yeah, great special teams pursuit right there for Williamsfield with that block, but how about that recovery there for the Mountain Lions? A great job responding and getting something on the scoreboard here.
For Parker McClure, great hustle right there, and for Red Mountain, that's their second defensive touchdown of the season. Their first one came in that first week against Westwood, you might recall, when George Ramirez swiped the ball off the kicker's tee in a field goal try, and Georgie raced 65 yards to the end zone untouched for a touchdown. And how about that? Another similar type play, a little scoop and score for Parker McClure, the big fella getting it done.
Love to see that. Love watching that guy play football. And just a great tenacious play right there, grabbing that football and heading to the end zone.
That's what you expect from a second-team 6A all-conference performer, Parker McClure. We talked about the over 100 tackles last year with 117. Coming into play tonight, he had 52 tackles. Dude's just a ball player, and he's just a junior.
Yeah, we got one more year with Parker, and I can't wait. He's not done yet this season, Kevin. You mentioned 52 tackles already, and that's in 5 or 6 games. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid, young man.
Back deep for Williamsfield, number 6, Caden Cloud. Be careful here. It's Cloud from his own 10. Angles to the 15, 20, looking for the boundary. 25 up the sideline, 30, and forced out of bounds there. Nice special teams tackle by Red Mountain. 82 in on that play. Tate Stapley. Stapley also the place kicker here tonight, and Stapley will go up and pick up his tee. So Tate Stapley on special teams, one of those changes that we talked about. No Luke Stevens tonight. No Luke Evans this evening. And Red Mountain goes back to work on defense. It's their defense that gets them back in this football game, much like they did a week ago.
Yeah, now we want the offense to come on and get something going, but the defense is going to get another crack at it here.
Caden Cloud flanked to the left of the quarterback, C.J. Tiller. It's Cloud here. Makes a little jump cut, and then there's nobody home. Absolutely nowhere to go. The front four all over that play, but as the linebacker, Parker McClure, in on that play again with another tackle, number 53 on the season. Josh Campos also in there defensively, and there is an injured player for Williamsfield right now. I don't know if this is the tailback. I'm looking for number 6, Caden Cloud, and I don't see 6 in the huddle, which leads me to believe that's Caden Cloud there on his backside right now, which would be a huge blow for Williamsfield should Taylor not be able to answer the bell. Taylor, the leading rusher on this squad, 28 carries, 515 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And it is Taylor. Wow, that's going to be a tough blow here. Through 6 games, Taylor's been their leading rusher. Averages 85 yards a game. And he can't put any pressure on that left foot of his.
Yeah, that's going to be tough for them to lose Cloud. We'll take a look. We'll keep an eye on him as he's on our near sideline here as we're up in the home press box here at Williamsfield High School. But great run defense that time for Red Mountain, swarming to the football, and they filled both those A-gaps in a hurry.
Tough break there. Cloud had 9 carries for 30 yards in that victory last week, so that would be a huge blow if Caden Cloud is unable to return there, and we certainly don't wish any players to be banged up. And Caden Cloud, we hope for a speedy recovery for that young man. So back to work at C.J. Tiller minus his top rusher. 3 wide receivers now for C.J. I formation. Checking in for Williamsfield, it looks like number 30 is back there, Caden Myers. They run it straight ahead and getting pinballed around in there by Ethan Peterson was number 30 on that particular sequence. 30, the ball carrier, Caden Myers. We just talked about him checking in. And then Parker McClure and Ethan Peterson pinballed the ball carrier to knock him down to the turf.
How about that right there? Oh, my goodness. Parker McClure with the wrap and hang on, and then Ethan Peterson comes in and ear holes him for the finish.
Nice job. So C.J. Tiller now under center again. I formation. Back to throw to the air. The ball is too tall for the intended target, Miles Taylor, the leading receiver on this team. Gabe Cook right there with the coverage. Red Mountain rushing 4 on that sequence. They force an errant pass play. It's now 4th down, and we might just go back and forth here, a little seesaw action here with 4:51 to go in this opening quarter. Both teams starting to settle in just a little bit, and this could be one of those slobber knocker type games when it's all said and done, JP.
Yeah, this has turned out to be a really good football game. If you like defensive football and every yard at a premium, every score at a premium, you've come to the right place.
Back deep would be George Ramirez and Daniel the Beast Butler. We get a whistle at the line of scrimmage. The officials are not mic'd up tonight, so we'll work through that. Preliminary indication, offsides assessed to Red Mountain. Didn't see that call coming there. I thought, if anything, there was a little movement on that left side, which allowed those rushers to begin their pursuit.
A little home cooking there, Cal?
Could very well be. Caden,
there's the dinner bell. I heard
Lotion Cole back in punt formation. They got 3 guys in front of him to protect them. Here comes the rush. And, boy, Glovna got there to make it interesting. Great punt. This will be Georgie. Georgie dropped the football. The ball's loose. And I think Daniel Butler was Johnny on the spot to recover that fumble. Holy smokes. Did Red Mountain, again, you talk about Scud missiles coming in, torpedoes and all the like. Red Mountain's bobbing and weaving everything right now.
Oh, my goodness. Georgie, unfortunately, had trouble with that one. And then right there on the spot, as you mentioned, Daniel Butler just coming up with the recovery at the opportune time right there, dodging a big bullet once again did Red Mountain.
Checking in behind Evan Swoboda is number 2, Nas Bryant. Bryant, the leading rusher on this football team, 30 carries, 126, and 5 touchdowns. It's Bryant here. Bounce it to the outside, tries to slip through a tackle, and he's unable to do so, but he does pick up some positive yardage on that right sideline.
Great carry there by Nas Bryant. A great job getting to the edge, the second and third effort, keeping those legs churning, and a nice stop there as well for number 37, I believe it was, for Williamsfield.
Nice job by that right side, setting the edge there for Newling and Talamontes. Positive run there on first down. This is manageable here. 2nd and 5. This will be Georgie Ramirez. Check that, Nas Bryant. It happens once a game. Nas or Georgie. Last year we had Deontay or Georgie. Nas Bryant, nice run right there. A power run right up the middle again, working right behind Aiden Peevler and that right guard, Robert Talamontes. You talk about road grading right now. This offensive line, you can see improvement from one week to the next.
They're getting to push, Kevin, creating running lanes up front, and then Nas Bryant just picks his hole.
Ball spotted at midfield. The give is to Bryant. Turns the corner at the 45. Takes on some tacklers, and he'll fall down around the 40-yard line. Positive run after Nas Bryant just carves off 8 tough yards on this Williamsfield defense.
Now, Nas Bryant right there, I don't know if you saw it, Kevin. He was stopped at the 45-yard line, but the extra effort put his foot in the ground, turned it back to the inside, and picked up 3 more yards. That's what you need.
Nice, powerful run and the extra effort by Nas Bryant, again, the leading rusher on this football team. The Mountain Lions have yet to have a 100-yard rusher on the season. Swoboda under center. The turn to give to Nas, and Nas has the crease, and he's going to fight for the first down. I think he's going to be a little bit short. Probably the nose of the football short right here on 3rd down. But good defense that time by Williamsfield.
Yeah, great defense by Williamsfield, but how about the run on that little counter or inside trap is what that was there. They pulled Robert Talamontes, the right guard, and Ian Newling off the right side. Both those guys pulling across, and a great head of steam. Now a 3rd and short here coming up. Big one for the Mountain Lions.
Big play here. This is Georgie Ramirez, the deep back. It's Swoboda. The turn, the give is to Georgie. Georgie's got the first down. Georgie continues to motor. Georgie won't go down, and finally does go down around the 37-yard line. Nice effort there by number 9, Georgie Ramirez, his 3rd carry of this ball game. And right now the offensive punch appears to be a 1-2 punch of Nas Bryant and Georgie Ramirez. We have not seen Josiah the Tornado, Josiah the Typhoon Villanueva, beg your pardon there.
Yeah, we have not seen 2-6 tonight, but I tell you what, that was a great little scamper there for number 9, Georgie Ramirez. A great job of setting him a little bit deeper in the formation there by Coach Barge, allowing that offensive line to open up the holes and let Georgie just pick the correct lane to run in.
Coach Pete on that far sidelines with those Adidas gray slacks on with the black shirt and the gray Red Mountain hat on backwards with the headset. Looking the part, Coach Pete. Having a word with the officials. Now this will be a 1st and 10 from the Blackhawk 38-yard line. Kind of a quiet crowd here on what's been an entertaining first frame here. So now they're going to reset the game clock to 2 minutes and 6 seconds, and right now the communication from the field to the press box is a little bit slowed here.
Yeah, they're a little bit delayed.
You think they're playing with like an Atari instead of a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, did you get one of those PlayStation 5s?
I've got a couple of them.
Oh, well, there you go.
No 5s yet. I haven't even seen them. I mean, it looks like it's an outstanding piece of equipment, but whenever you start over with a system, it's the whole idea of what do I do with all these other games, right? Yeah. I've got Madden 2021 or Madden 20 for the wrong system, but PS5 should be something that people really, really enjoy. Hustling on for the Blackhawks, number 80, Nick Hernandez. 2.5 sacks does Nick Hernandez have. Shotgun snap for Swoboda. They run it again, and Georgie's loose again. Georgie just bulldozing people and finally gets brought down inside the 30-yard line on the 27-yard line. Nice run there by George Ramirez, by far his best run of the evening.
Fantastic job once again. Newling and Talamontes coming from the backside. They called that play just a little bit ago. It was successful. Georgie able to get almost 9 yards out of that one. Excellent job up front.
One thing that you can do by having a ball-controlled offense is that you will keep C.J. Tiller and the rest of those guys off the field. And right now, Red Mountain's having some success running the football. This is going to be Swoboda to the outside. The ball is going to be caught, taking it into the end zone and scoring a touchdown is Lennox Lawson. His first career touchdown as a member of the Mountain Lions. Goes 27 yards from Evan Swoboda on a beautiful throw. And a great catch and run. How about the burst of speed by L3 to make that cut at the 10 and then just glide into the end zone untouched.
That whole play, Kev, was just poetry in motion. Great protection up front. They chopped the defensive end. Swoboda, plenty of room to throw the football. L3 just on a little wheel route out there and just grabbed that one out of the air, and it was just straight speed after that.
Great play call by offensive coordinator Josh Barge. Great execution by this football team. 1:19 to go with the point after try by 85 Cody Hall right down the middle. Our score, Red Mountain 13, Williamsfield 7. And think about this. Red Mountain hasn't had a 3-loss season or more than 3-loss season ever for Mike Peterson. He's sitting on 3 right now at 2-3. And the last time that Red Mountain started off 1-4, it was 2015. So it's been quite some time. Mike Peterson's teams have not had this type of a start until now.
Yeah, it's The recent success has honestly spoiled us, Kevin. And with this year of coronavirus, games getting canceled, you don't know who you're going to play from week to week. Obviously, we have a schedule that we set forth, but things getting changed. And unfortunately, there's a lot of guys not able to play football tonight. And my thoughts go out to those guys and those coaches and those parents and everyone who prepares hard all week. But this Red Mountain team is very resilient, and they're playing great football here tonight. It's really good to see.
Stapley pooches it. The ball's loose, and Red Mountain's got a shot at the football again. Jared Butler says the Mountain Lions have it. Let's wait for the scrum. Darius Brown down there in the mix. And Red Mountain says I've got the ball. It's Cody Mack once again. Cody McLaughlin with a second huge special teams play, and Red Mountain has recovered the fumble, their second takeaway in this ball game.
The defense has scored a touchdown. The special teams unit has been huge tonight, and the offense is really starting to click with the ball control. They're able to run the football, get Georgie on the edge. They're really playing well tonight, and they're putting themselves in prime position here again on offense, starting from the Williamsfield 38. Let's go.
All-region first-teamer, number 12, Carson Spear, with some encouragement for his football team. The defense goes right back out on the field. They'll start this drive on the 38-yard line. This is Nos Bryant with speed to the edge. This is Josiah. Josiah makes a move to the outside with the bounce and the pick-me-up down that sideline. Penalty marker comes in. This one's going to come back. But we were wondering where the Typhoon was, and there he is right there. Josiah Villanueva kind of quietly comes to this ball game, stealth-like late in this first quarter, and just carves off a huge run, only to have it called back.
Well, even with that penalty on the edge there, if that hadn't happened, I think that run still would have been successful. Unfortunately, it's going to be called back there for Villanueva, but a great carry. Great to see him in the football game, and he ripped off a good one right there. We'll see if they give him another shot at it here.
That will negate a 25-yard scamper for Josiah Villanueva, which has been by far the longest run of the year. This Red Mountain ground game has just been unable to get unleashed. 54 yards rushing last week, and of course the game script dictated a lot of the action, but they need to get their ground game going, and this is something that they want to do here tonight. Control the line of scrimmage and get the ball into the hands of the playmakers, and that's what they're doing here tonight. Lennox Lawson's first career touchdown here tonight. Swoboda is going to put it into the hands of the tailback. That's Josiah Villanueva. So hopefully we can start to hone in on some tendencies here for this offense. It was with Nos Bryant, then it was Georgie, now it's Josiah. So it's the three-headed monster right now, really kind of pounding the rock and controlling the clock here with under a minute to go in this first quarter.
And another thing it's starting to do as well, Kevin, is you see the hands on the hips right now here in the first quarter for this Williamsfield defense. So they've been on the field a lot so far in this game.
Two wide receivers to the left, two to the right. This will be Josiah Villanueva, again, with a huge hole up the middle. And Josiah just rips off an 8-yard run. Magnificent hole on the right side again. How about Robert Talamontes? Have a ball game, young man.
Just crushing them down inside. A great job firing off the football. Excellent pad level, using his hands, getting separation from that defensive lineman, and just taking them wherever he wants them to go.
So the quarter... No, we're going to get a stop and play here. Clock stops with 11 seconds to go. And I think the Williamsfield took a timeout here. This is a third down and short. It'll be a 3rd and 2 from the Blackhawk 30-yard line when play resumes. And when you think about this here with a score of 13-7 in the first quarter, for Steve Campbell right now, he knows and he senses this is a huge play upcoming right here.
Oh, they've got to have a stop right here if they want to stay in this game. A big game, senior night at home. You don't want to let your crowd down. And Red Mountain, they have come out here tonight to play. And the effort is off the charts right now in all three phases of the football game for the Mountain Lions. And a big defensive stop coming up here for Williamsfield.
Steve Campbell, we mentioned, the only coach the Blackhawks have ever known on the sidelines here, and he's a good one. James mentioned that he played for Arizona State back in the day. He wore number 7. That was his high school number, did Steve Campbell. And I think he wore 11 for a season or two at ASU. But 6'9" quarterback. It was a lot of fun to watch him play at Sun Devil Stadium, and he does a great job here teaching the young people this game of high school football. 130 career wins for Steve Campbell. Swoboda under center. And before they can get this play going, the quarter will expire. So apparently the clock was stopped. So that was a very unique sequence as it relates to the clock. and how it ran out. The clock was stopped with 11 seconds to go, and as they put the ball in play, they must have wound the clock. Something was unique about that sequence. First 12 in the books from Williamsfield High School. Our score, Red Mountain 13, Williamsfield 7. You're watching Red Mountain Football on Red Mountain TV on the Red Mountain Football Broadcast Network. We welcome you back to the campus of Williamsfield High School. I'm Kevin Derryberry with James Poovey. Coming into the ball game for Red Mountain in rushing yards, 469 on the season. They were 27th in the 6A conference. Clearly, opportunity and room for improvement. This will be Swoboda underneath. The turn, the give is to Georgie, and Georgie's going to fight his way, continue to drive towards the first down. I think he's got it. And how about Gage Skidmore? Credit Gage Skidmore for that extra push from behind. Nice job by the tight end. And how heady was that play by Gage?
Fantastic job there by Gage Skidmore. What I'm wondering, Kevin, is why they stopped, blow the whistle, because Georgie never went down.
So now, again, you get another phantom whistle here in back-to-back plays. So they're going to spot the football back at the original line of scrimmage or at the 30-yard line. Something odd about that play. So now the clock continues to roll. This is a 4th down and 2 from the Blackhawk 30-yard line. It's going to be Swoboda, and Swoboda's going to have the first down as he stays on his feet and gets twisted down and thrown around on the 25-yard line. But Evan Swoboda showing a little toughness and some grit right there, and he got the first down.
He did, and number 42, Julian Gordon, got every bit of number 10, Evan Swoboda, on that one, lowering his headgear there. And he refused to be denied on that one. What a great job there by the quarterback.
Julian Gordon did pick up his 15th tackle on the season. Not too bad for JG, a defensive tackle. 6 foot 250 on that defensive line. Gordon's a big, big boy. Huge first down with some power for Red Mountain. And now we get another timeout. Now Mike Peterson's going to take this timeout, and we will take this timeout with him. You're watching Red Mountain Football on the Red Mountain Football Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Williamsfield High School. Kevin Derryberry with James Poovey. 13-7 Firestorm. They have scored 13 unanswered points, and they're knocking on the door here into the red zone once again. Swoboda.
ACU reference there. I like it.
And they turn it to Nas Bryant. So Nas Bryant with a nice run. It seems like right now the offensive line is just with a tremendous push. They're getting 4 or 5 yards of crack here right now, James, and this is something we haven't seen all season long.
It's all about getting off that football, getting low. Low man wins up front every single time. You get underneath the pads of those defensive linemen, churn those legs, drive them back, use your hands. One of the most underutilized weapon on a football field, your hands.
Drake Bourne lines up to the near side. 4 wide receivers here for Swoboda. It's either a zone read, but this time they give it up, and on the carry was George Ramirez, and George Ramirez got blown up. We talked about 42, Julian Gordon, but Carson Spear also came in there and almost speared him, and that was a nice defensive play by Carson Spear. 60 8th tackle of the campaign for Carson Spear.
Outstanding outside contain right there. That's textbook containment there by the Williamsfield defensive line.
Tremendous defensive play. 3rd down and 9. After that spot of the football, so it was 3rd and 5. Excuse me, it was 2nd and 5. Now it's 3rd and 9 from the 25-yard line, and now we get another stop and play. And Red Mountain's going to take another timeout. So 2 timeouts on this particular drive. And you wonder what's happening, but Coach Pete has burned up 2 timeouts here in almost 2 sequences.
Yeah, you heard a little bit of chatter here in the box. So something was awry there at the line of scrimmage, and Coach Barge didn't see something that he didn't like, and had to balk on that one there right quick before something went really haywire on a 3rd down.
Well, what he didn't like, James, is he didn't like the setting of the play clock. So the play clock is throwing a wrinkle into the program here, and I think Pete just saved 5 yards from having a delay of game. I think that's what ended up happening right there, and I think that happened twice. Now, if I had to place a bet, if you will. So Williamsfield now, seems like their defense has been on the field the entire 12 minutes of that first quarter, and they're on the field here again for the first 2 minutes of the second quarter.
Yeah, it's going to pay dividends in the end for Red Mountain if they can keep this Williamsfield defense on the field, keep wearing them out, keep running that football, and then they can go. They're going to make this defense respect the run, and then Swoboda's going to go to the air with it.
The I-back, the deep back is George Ramirez. This is 3rd down and 9. It's a play fake. Swoboda has time. Here comes the pressure. He throws to the boundary, and the ball is going to go out of bounds. Intended target was Drake Boren. Ball goes out of bounds. Applying pressure was Rhett Wengert. For Wengert, another playmaker for the Blackhawks. So now, and I was just getting ready to ask James, on 3rd and 9, is this 4-down territory with a 13-7 lead? I was thinking that it was, and I think Mike Peterson agrees that it is. 4-down territory.
I think it is. If you got a hot offensive line that you're riding right now, you can either run it or throw it right here, so I'd keep riding it.
He's got Lennox in the slot to his left. Swoboda going for the end zone. He's got a man there, and he overshoots him. He had Jordan Morris wide open down the near sideline, and he overthrew the pass. Oh, wow, tough break there for Red Mountain. Gambling on 4th down. They had Morris streaking down the sideline, and they just misfired on the throw.
Great protection up front. Swoboda had plenty of time to throw the football. Jordan Morris, as you mentioned, wide open there towards the corner of the pylon, and unfortunately a turnover on downs, and now Red Mountain's defense going to have to go back to work.
Jordan Morris has a little bit of a streak going here. He scored touchdowns in his first 2 games as a member of the Mountain Lions. A one-time prospector playing for Apache Junction. All right, here comes C.J. Tiller back to work now. His team's trailing 13-7 with 9:12 to go till halftime. Working from his own 25-yard line, it's Tiller. They run it on a sweep, and great tackle there by Cole Loria. Oh, wow, open field tackle to take the legs out of 25, Josh Sovereign, and Cole Loria right there to make a beautiful play.
Fantastic play on the edge there for Cole Loria. They always teach you when you get down on the edge, you create a pile, and if you just drive, they call it drive, scramble, just keep clawing, keep scratching, keep fighting, you're going to run into somebody, and that time he made a tackle. Excellent job.
His 28th tackle of the season for the Cat. Backer for Red Mountain. Looks like he wants to come in and get the quarterback. They run a sweep to the near side, and he's just going to be stood up. Eli Palmer and friends right there. A new ball carrier here for Williamsfield. This was Joshua Dye. So, again, if he joined us late, number 6, Caden Cloud, left the game in the first quarter. He was not able to put any weight on his left leg. Looked like he might have did an ankle or a lower leg injury. And so a huge blow for the Blackhawks. And now they have used 2 or 3 tailbacks since that time. Clock stop with 8:30 to go till halftime. 13-7 Mountain Lions, working right to left of the Blackhawks. 3rd and 3 from their own 33-yard line. Under center, it's C.J. Tiller. Red Mountain showing blitz. They come and they stuff the ball at the line of scrimmage. At the point of the contact, it's Vincent Glover. He's got the rock in his hands. Red Mountain believes they've recovered the fumble again for the 3rd time as Josh Campos stacks up the middle of the field, clogs it up very well, and then gets the tackle to boot for Josh Campos. He continues to improve 1 week to the next. His 12th tackle for him, coming off a 5-tackle game last week in that loss at Queen Creek. JC Josh Campos, we talked to him before the game, and he is a yes sir, no sir kind of fellow, and he was focused on playing football tonight.
Oh, man, that was such a great play right there by Josh Campos. He's having a heck of a season here for Red Mountain and doing a great job on the interior on the defensive line there for Coach Kelly.
How about the authority of George Ramirez running the football tonight? He is playing with another level tonight. We've seen Georgie raise his game from one big game to the next. And in a must-win situation on paper for Red Mountain, tonight's a must-win situation. They're 2-3, folks.
Yes.
The postseason streak of 14 consecutive years is on the line right now, especially in a COVID year where only 8 teams make the 6A state championship tournament. You've got your Super 8, then you have the 8-team tournament in the 6A conference.
Yeah, it's going to be tough sledding this season for sure.
They're going to run it on the far side. Swoboda on the quarterback keep. The big fella down there, 92. Aaron Wolfkale Holston, another tackle for him. Just his 44th of the season. He's had a few plays early in that first quarter, but he is a big man down there.
This guy can wreck it down low, can Wolfkale Holston. Let's see if they can fit that all on the jersey there when he gets to the next level.
Jake Bourne lines up to the near side. See if they want to go this way. Swoboda's going to pass it out in the flat to Lennox Lawson at the 40, 45, 50, and then he's thrown out of bounds around the 48-yard line. Nice, tough run by Lennox Lawson. Thrown out there by number 5, Rhett Wenger, his second tackle of this ballgame, his 36th of the season. And Lennox Lawson now with his second catch, his third catch of this game. And Lennox Lawson is running fluid. He looks really good tonight.
I like that play right there from Red Mountain. A little misdirection, trying to take it to the far side. They come back this way with it. L3. He had a chance, Kevin, to just run that thing out of bounds, but what did he do? Put his foot in the ground, look for contact, and pick up the extra yards.
He really
well
did.
Done.
Outstanding. 3 wide receivers to the far side. It's Swoboda, and Evan will call his own number. Try to turn the corner. He'll pick up 4 yards on that first down carry. That's just a nice job as Jordan Morris comes onto the field. Another good tackle there by the Blackhawks. Coming in to make this particular play is 45, Alan Toohey, a middle linebacker, 5'11", 189, tackle number 40 for Alan Toohey.
Great pursuit there for Toohey. Fantastic angle there for the Blackhawks.
And that's a fantastic football name to say as well. 45, Alan Toohey. Second down and 8 from the Blackhawk 47-yard line. Shotgun snap. This is Josiah, and Josiah's bottled up, and he's got nowhere to go. Couldn't bounce it out because they grabbed Josiah, and they held on for dear life, and you add Gordon to the mix and a couple other guys right behind him, and there was nowhere to go for Josiah Villanueva.
He was absolutely outnumbered there on the edge. 3 defensive linemen closing in on there from Williamsfield. They did a great job of keeping the edge there, and nowhere to go there for 2-6.
Give Gordon a TFL, if you will. That was a loss of 2. So it's 3rd and 10 from the Williamsfield 49-yard line in shotgun formation. It's Evan Swoboda. Pass far side is caught at the sticks by Daniel the Beast Butler. And they're going to mark him short. Oh, tough break there on the spot. In fact, he's going to be a half a yard shy of the first down.
Will they go for it? What a grab there for Daniel the Beast Butler. Elevating. That one was a little high, Kev. He had to go up and grab it, but he did a great job there and nearly picked up the first down.
Evan with a little zing on that throw. Clock inside 6 minutes to go till halftime. 13-7 Mount Lions. It's Bourne to the near side. And now we get another timeout taken on the field, and this time Steve Campbell wants to talk about it with his defense, as his defense now seemingly on their heels on this 4th down play here upcoming. This will be the second time that Red Mountain will go for it on 4th down. In fact, Red Mountain on 4th down this season, they're 2 of 8.
Well, it's time to make that 3 of 9. That would be a great opportunity right here, Kevin. 4th and short coming up. I thought for a moment there they had Parker McClure in there at fullback, but that's number 80, Gage Skidmore, in there. A little bit of a heavy package. And I would go with that. This offensive lineman's firing off the football all night long, getting a push against this defensive line for Williamsfield. I think they might have wanted to come out and a little basketball there, kind of see what they're going to set up and then call with timeout and maybe have to audible to something different. We'll see what they come out with here on the when they break the huddle.
JP, when you're talking numbers with the fellas, with D'Alessio and all your boys, you talk this number here. Red Mountain's defense, before last week's game, they surrendered 22 points in that game against Queen Creek in the first quarter. Before those 22 points, they had only allowed one touchdown in the first quarter all season long.
Impressive.
They run it to Nas Bryant, and Nas Bryant's got the first down. Nice job there by Nas, running right behind Victor Castellano. And boy, did Victor lower the boom. Nice job there in Red Mountain, just enough. They needed 2, they got 3, and they moved the chains here. Inside 5:40 to go. Nice conversion right there on 4th down. Now Red Mountain is now 3 of 9 on 4th down.
Fantastic job there by Nas Bryant. Excellent job finishing the play and picking up the first down.
Nas the deep back. Offset eye for Evan. Play fake for Swoda. He wants to throw. He throws to the far sideline, and he's got Jordan Morris there. Morris thought he was fouled on the play. There's some cries for a penalty on the Red Mountain sideline, but no penalty is going to come. But Jordan Morris, a tight end, he kind of runs like a wide receiver. We've talked about the Kelsey comparisons. They got to find ways to get Jordan Morris involved with this pass game.
Well, I think they've tried to a couple times, Kevin, on that one right there. And then a little bit earlier on the near side there, they had him wide open near the pylon. But unfortunately, Swoboda just not able to lay the football in there. And he felt like the defender was riding him that time, wanted a flag, but nothing doing.
Lennox Lawson has checked in for 80. Gage Skidmore. 2nd and 10 from the Blackhawk 37-yard line. You can see Coach Campbell jumping around down there. Or it's not Coach Campbell. This is Nas trying to turn the corner. Nas still on his feet. Nas inside the 30, and they're going to tackle him and spill him to the turf around the 26-yard line. Nice run there by Nas Bryant, and an impressive tackle there by 35. Philly Snuka Ialu, his 16th tackle of the season.
What a carry by Nas. Once again, these running backs tonight for Red Mountain doing a great job looking for extra yardage, putting their foot in the ground, not afraid to initiate contact, and a great carry there once again for 2.
Nas's best on the season, I believe, was 40 yards. He's got over 40 yards here in the first half. Evan wants to throw it. He throws to the end zone. Jump ball, and it's over Drake Bowen. It's over his head into the back of the end zone. Good coverage there by Williamsfield. The throw by Swoboda was towards the back of the end zone. Oh, okay, I got you. I thought you were saying he was the quarterback on that particular play.
No, I just, man.
So here comes Anthony Carrington. He'll split out to the far side. In the slot is Lennox Lawson. Drake Bourne to the near side. Bryant's the back. They give it to Lennox. Lennox going to lower his shoulders, and he doesn't have a lot of real estate this time, but I like the way Lennox Lawson is playing this game tonight. He has got some tenacity. He's got a lot of energy, and he's showing a burst of speed with an impressive acceleration there.
Yeah, that was a great job getting to the edge. Unfortunately, the defense right there to meet him once he got to the edge there for Williamsfield, but a great burst there, and he's another one of these Red Mountain running backs not afraid to look for contact.
Now, James, hold on a second. This might surprise you. We get a stop and play here.
What?
There's going to be a stop and play.
Come on.
One of these two head coaches has elected to take a timeout. At least the officials indicated that. Now there's no timeout. And so now AC splits the huddle, and he's lined up just inside the numbers or just outside the hash marks.
Hey, ref, I'm going to put 44 in right quick. Is that okay? Go ahead. Cool.
Nas Bryant is the tailback. It's a play fake for Evan from the pocket, going to the end zone, looking for Jordan Morris, and the ball is incomplete. He wanted Jordan Morris on that near pylon with the coverage for Williamsfield. Donovan Guyton.
Was that one tipped? I'm not sure. I couldn't quite tell. I was trying to look through the divider in the window here.
I'm not sure what happened, but I know that Jordan Morris was open, and he had a walk-in touchdown if the ball would have been on target. And that's what it appeared to be from our vantage point. Doesn't always meet the eye that way, but that's what it looked like.
True, yeah, he had a step on that defender for sure.
Do they go back the same way for Drake Bourne? Nos Bryant is flanked to the left. Lennox Lawson in the slot. Evan is going to the outside again, and he overshoots Lennox Lawson. Here comes a penalty marker comes in. It comes in from the far sideline. Everybody here in the stands kind of belly aching a little bit, not in agreement with this officiating crew here. It's been a heck of a first half here with a couple of sketchy calls, but I could make the case that we see sketchy calls every Friday night, James.
That's true. Well, there's another one of those sketchy ones right there. If you ask me, Kevin, I thought it might have been in the defensive backfield that the call was initiated from, but holding against Red Mountain. So now it's going to be a turnover on downs. So
on a 4th down, Red Mountain gets called for holding. They're going to have to give up the football. The score remains 13-7. And now hustling onto the field for Williamsfield is Kyler Casper, one wide receiver, and C.J. Tiller is the quarterback. Watch out for Miles Taylor. He's their big play guy. He's number 3. He's lined up in the slot. It'll be C.J. Tiller. For a second there used to be a Buffalo Bill named C.J. Spiller.
Yes, sir, number 28.
28 played for the Saints, and he played for a myriad of teams. But
played at Clemson, right?
He is a Clemson grad, yes. Good call. Good knowledge. Tiller to the air, and the ball is incomplete. He wanted Miles Taylor on that bubble screen, and I think Williamsfield is glad that was an incomplete pass because one of two things were going to happen there. Either Miles Taylor was going to get destroyed or Red Mountain was in position for almost another pick 6.
That was close to a pick 6, and then headhunting over there on the far side was number 9, George Ramirez, waiting to blow that one up if he did try to haul that reception in.
It's 13-7 with 4:07 to go till halftime. We've had 2 defensive touchdowns in this game.
Great football game.
The only offensive touchdown was scored by number 13, Lennox Lawson, L3 on the scoreboard tonight. Tiller's going to keep it. He's going to scramble. He's going to try to run it to the boundary and turn the corner, and he's got nowhere to go. All he could do was run laterally right out the playing field. He just ran right off the field there. Nice job of stringing him out. Excellent call there by Coach Ender's defense.
I tell you what's happened on that play right there. The defensive line doing a great job up front, filling the gaps that allow the linebackers Parker McClure and Skylar Edmonds to flow, and nowhere to go for Tiller on the far side. They just ran him right out of bounds.
We're talking about a lot of different players getting it done. Cole Loria, Vincent Glovner with the emergence, Tyler K. Brown, Kobe Sarna. We talked about Eli Palmer and Josh Campos. But to a man, Coach Anders' unit is improving one guy at a time.
One guy at a time, 1 week at a time, one play at a time. And this defense just always responding.
Shotgun snap for Tiller. Wants to throw. Has time. Throws outside. The ball is caught by Taylor, and he gets belted by George Ramirez. He's short of the line to gain. Penalty marker comes in. Let's see what this flag's all about. But it's interesting that they threw a flag on that play. It's just a high contact play. Good throw. Great defense. I didn't see the foul. They're going to probably call pass interference on Red Mountain.
Well, I sure hope not, because that was just a great football play. It was a great catch. It was great coverage to begin with. A great finish there by Georgia Ramirez. And I just don't get why they have to call a penalty flag every time there's contact.
Pick it up. Speaking of George Ramirez, what a tackle for Georgie. He just plastered Taylor. For Georgie, his 40th tackle of the campaign. And it's hard to imagine George Ramirez is a senior, and that was a fast forward, James.
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe he's already a senior. And how many plays, how many outstanding plays have we seen from George Ramirez since he was even before he was a freshman?
I have it.
With Coach Avalos.
He's made a ton. They're going to call holding against the Mountain Lions. It wasn't a Blackhawk first down. The ball was actually short. And now they're going to call it a first down, so they're going to say that Williamsfield will decline the penalty. Boy, I tell you what, we're pretty good at what we do, and these officials have mismanaged this game on about 3 occasions already.
I'd say we got a double whammy on that one right there, Kevin. A bad spot and then a bad foul to go with it.
Three wide receivers to the wide side for Tiller. Option right. And making a quick move there and with a head of steam is Joshua Dye. Skylar Edmonds comes up to take out Joshua Dye. So he had 27 working on 27. And it was Joshua that died right there on that particular play. Big time pop by 2-7, Skylar Edmonds.
And once again, Edmonds coming from the opposite side of the field. That shows you that the defensive line up front doing a great job filling the holes, not allowing those offensive linemen for Williamsfield to get up to the second level, and those Red Mountain linebackers just flowing like gazelles.
Tackle 32 for Edmonds. I thought they were going to go to Taylor. They had Bonham and Taylor one-on-one to the bottom. They run it again to Joshua Dye. They had Sovereign run it one time, but Joshua Dye has had the last 3 carries. 5'9", 176. He's just a sophomore. And one more time, making that defensive play, Georgie's having himself a ball game here tonight. 2:37 to go. Taylor is going to run it to Dye. Spins out of a tackle. Dye gets to the numbers and makes that turn up the field, and he's going to be bouncing around down there and finally get tripped up right near the 50-yard line. But you talk about some toughness right there. George Ramirez, again, all over that play. Read and react for number 9. But the first guy there that got a pop on him to spin him around was able to get a hand on him. But nice job there. Defensive side, I think that was Kobe Sarna was in on there moving things around for a second.
Yeah, Sarna was in on that one. I think the first guy to make contact that the tailback spun out of the tackle was 27, Skylar Edmonds. And then Georgie comes up and just pops 2-7 for Williamsfield.
Clock stop at 2:11 to go till halftime. 13-7 our score. Red Mountain has the lead. They trailed 7-0, and they've scored 13 unanswered. Red Mountain has controlled the football most of this second quarter here. Now, Coach Campbell looking for some help to his press box there. He's rolling up the right hand. So they'll reset the clock to 2:21 now. You got Bonham to the near side defending Miles Taylor with no safety help right now. See if Tiller can spot that out. Now Georgie retreats. Red Mountain showed one look. Now they have another look. It's Tiller rolling to the near side. Tiller's going to throw it down the field. The ball is caught by Taylor. Taylor makes a move at the 30, and he's going to be brought down by Skylar Edmonds. I love Skylar Edmonds. Again, you talked about it previously, coming from the far side of the field to make that play. But it was the legs and athleticism of C.J. Tiller, and that was a strong throw on the run.
Oh, that was a beautiful ball. He had a little Patrick Mahomes on that one right there and delivered a beautiful ball. He caught it right before he stepped out of bounds, turned back inside, and then Skylar Edmonds with a great job, as you mentioned, all hustle coming from the opposite side to make the stop.
C.J. Tiller to Miles Taylor for 25 yards. Now Tiller looks to the sidelines, waiting for 13 to run off the field. That was Kyle Casper. Now Coach Campbell sends in a new wide receiver. This is Colin Dose. Dose lines up to the near side. 2 wide receivers now in an I formation. It's Dye the deep back. Dye gets the call. Dye makes one man miss, and Dye continues to drive towards the end zone. And Dye is he's just fast. He's very fleet of foot. Eli Palmer comes up to meet Joshua Dye for the first time tonight. And Eli Palmer, what can you say about this nice young man? He spent a lot of time overseas growing up and has a little flavor of Mandarin. So we were talking on the show this week. See if Eli can't drop a little Mandarin on the field here in some way, shape, or form. Tiller to the air again. Here comes the pass rush. Oh, what a block there. It's Tiller all by himself now. Tiller makes a little stutter step, and then he'll finally take it inside the 15-yard line or right at the 15-yard line. He'll be knocked out there. Nice little hesitation there. Applying the pressure from the backside was 47, Tyler K. Brown, and it was Skylar Edmonds once again playing sideline to sideline there. Finally chases down the quarterback and picks up the tackle. You can't say enough about the motor for 2-7 right now.
Well, 2-7s are wild right now. You talk about 27 for Williamsfield Dye, the acceleration out of the tailback spot, unbelievable. And then 27 for Red Mountain, Skylar Edmonds all over the football field. I mean, this guy impresses me every week, and he just continues to get better and better.
He really does. We had 27 squared right there.
Yeah, that's it.
For Skylar Edmonds, you run out of superlatives for him in many cases. 7 tackles last week. He's got 34 tackles now on the season, 2 interceptions, 4 tackles for loss. He's just phenomenal. Good football player. Great young man, so well-spoken. And he plays with a lot of energy, but his spirit, his heart, he's got a good heart. He's just a good young man.
He is. Always great to talk to him off the field after the games. We always talk about, a lot of times, some of the best conversations that we have are in the pregame and then after the games.
Always the best.
Always checking in with the guys after. It's so much fun.
For Williamsfield, number 66, one of their linemen, Isaiah Vega, 6'4", 250. He is a boy over there, a dude, as we like to say in many cases. So for Tiller, he's got 2 wide receivers lined up to the near side now. He's got Miles Taylor, and in the slot now, just checking in, is Davin Switzer. Switzer, 6'7", 206. He could be a end zone kind of guy here. Tiller to the air. Tiller's going to stop. Tiller scrambles. Back to the other side. Tiller still has the football. Now he throws to the end zone. The ball is broken up. Tyler Cade Brown again applying pressure with Cole Loria. Give those guys the hurries. And also Josh Campos in there, the nose tackle, applying pressure. Tiller was under siege on that sequence.
Just relentless pursuit. Josh Campos, Cole Loria, everyone flying to the football, 11 hats rallying to the ball. I am so impressed with the effort here tonight from this Red Mountain defense. That's why they're ahead in this ball game right now. Kevin, literally scoring on defense, Red Mountain, 13-7.
Miles Taylor lines up to the near side. There's nobody on him just yet. And now we get a penalty marker coming in here because it's a delay of game. Williamsfield was running out of time, and you saw Taylor sprint to the position, but that was with 1 second to go. And unfortunately for Steve Campbell's group, they're going to get nailed with a delay of game here. I believe that the Blackhawks are out of timeouts as well. So with 46.1 on the game clock, some wholesale changes. Back on the field is the 6'7", 206-pound tight end Davin Switzer. Taylor again to the near side, and Andrew Bonham will draw that defensive assignment. Quick snap for Tiller. Here comes the pressure. He's going to go down. He's sacked. The quarterback was sacked on the play. 54, Vincent Glovna. TKB was also right there. Who gets credit for the sack? We'll find out when we look at the box score tomorrow morning. But TKB with a nice play.
Excellent pursuit in the middle. That's exactly what we want to see. We can't figure out who got the ball or who got the sack because everybody's there.
Vincent
Fantastic.
Glovna. The governor, Vincent Glovna, was there. Timeout taken on the field, 40.3. Good first half here. I mentioned this might be one of those slobber knocker type games, but early on here with the fan base, kind of a slow arriving group for this Red Mountain contingent.
Yeah, they got here a little bit late, a little bit of a trek out here from Red Mountain High School, but the fans arrived, and they have something to cheer about, Kevin. Playing really good here on the road. Offense is clicking really well. The defense, what can you say about the defense? And the special teams has really been making plays all first half.
You look at the points per game, James. Red Mountain, 26.2. That's 14th in the 6A conference. For the Blackhawks, they average 17.3 points a game. That's 23rd. This is a winnable football game. You have to play smart, heady football. You can't turn the ball over. You have to play penalty-free. But this is a game that you can win. And when you look at the 6A Fiesta region, we mentioned it when the season began. Most of the teams in the 6A Fiesta are just going to beat the heck out of each other all season long. That's how good this region is.
Yes, it is. And you can see that here, evidence tonight between these two great offenses. Both great defenses going at it here tonight. And this is exactly what you want to see. Heck of a game.
Josh Sovereign has checked in for Williamsfield. 4 wide receivers. Here comes the blitz, and there goes Tiller once again. He's sacked on the play. Coming from the outside, Kobe Sarna all over that play. Another sack for Sarna. 58 there to the quarterback.
Outstanding job, number 58, Kobe Sarna. basically he was unblocked off the edge that time, Kevin, and the quarterback never saw him coming, turned around, and he was wrapping him up.
For Kobe, his first sack of the season. And for Red Mountain's defense, they're having themselves a pretty good ball game. 13 sacks now as a team for Red Mountain. Mountain View leads the 6A conference with sacks, well over 20. And now we get another timeout taken on the field. So apparently Williamsfield does have one more timeout, unless Mike Peterson took that timeout. So 32.9 on the game clock, still 13-7. And we alluded to that fact about some guys throwing it around a little bit. Now you get perhaps number 7 getting loose here. C.J. Tiller has taken a couple shots on 3 consecutive plays. He's taken a pop. And now they have Davin Switzer starting to warm up here. He's the backup quarterback and tight end. He's starting to get loose here. It'll be interesting to see if Tiller can answer the bell.
Well, we'll see if he's able to come back in the ball game and be effective. Williamsfield, they can't take any chances here. They definitely don't want to. They want to make something out of this drive here if they can. Obviously, they can get a first down. If they cross the 5-yard line, they'll probably take a shot for the end zone. And if Red Mountain's able to do something and get a little bit more points on the board here, that could be very detrimental for the Blackhawks going into the locker room.
The ball spotted on the 34-yard line. The line to gain is the 5. So they got a long way to go. 24 yards in sack losses here. None bigger than the Kobe Sarna sack. 20 seconds on the play clock. This is a new quarterback. This is Davin Switzer taking the snap. Switzer back to throw. Going for the bomb. Near corner. Jump ball for Taylor, and it's incomplete. He threw into triple coverage. Taylor was there, and the ball was just too tall.
Excellent back-end coverage there. Number 9, Georgie Ramirez. 45, Eli Palmer over there as well. In on the action, 27, Skylar Edmonds. And then, of course, Parker McClure had to come over there and check on everything as well.
The corner on the play is Andrew Bonham, 22. That was a 4th down play. 4th down and a country mile, and Red Mountain's defense answers the challenge here. So with 27 ticks on the game clock here, what does Coach Peterson and what does offensive coordinator Josh Barge want to do? My thought is you keep running the football here. And here comes the pressure. They set up a screen. Nice call to Villanueva in space. Josiah into Blackhawk territory. Grab from the shirt tail down to the 47-yard line. Nice tackle there by Williamsfield's Rhett Wengert. Penalty marker on the play. And that was a 13-yard screen play. Swoboda to Villanueva. And the Typhoon getting loose here tonight a little bit.
A fantastic call there by Coach Josh Barge. Unfortunately, that's going to come back due to an illegal block in the back. But that was a great gainer there for Villanueva.
Really? A block in the back. Another great call. I've been talking to these guys throughout the week on the telephones. We've been talking about screen plays. It's nice to see him put one in. And it's not easy. You play football, James. It takes a lot of time to put these plays in. It's easy for us to say as fans and broadcasters and people that aren't at practice every day, hey, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? Because it takes time. You have to prepare. And there's a work ethic involved here. Sometimes you don't have enough time in the day to get everything done. Evan's going to run it. He calls his own number. And Evan is going to get brought down as this half comes to a close. Nice tackle there by number 12. That was Carson Spear. Loss of 2 for Swoboda. Time expires here in the first half. And with that, we will step aside for all of our halftime festivities. I thought JB was going to give us a little look-see and have a conversation with us, but he is got the nose to the grindstone. He's on his way down, and the team will leave the field, and they'll talk this one over. And so James and I will talk this one over. It's halftime from Williamsfield High School. Our score on their senior day, Red Mountain 13 unanswered points. They lead at 13-7. And a quick comment, James, on this first half. What a first half, huh?
It's been exciting. This is the kind of football I like, a defensive battle, every point at a premium, and special teams playing outstanding tonight for Red Mountain. The defense is playing well. They've got a touchdown here, and we're in for a whale of a second half.
Both teams have scored defensively, a pick 6 for number 12, Carson Spear, a 30-yard fumble return for Parker McClure. In fact, for Parker McClure, unofficially a 30-yard return for number 30. So outstanding job there by Parker McClure. And then if you ask the stars on this Red Mountain team to step up tonight, the stars have answered. Parker McClure has delivered, and George Ramirez has had one of his better first halves in quite some time.
George Ramirez has had more of a George Ramirez-like game. He stepped up tonight on offense. He's starting at tailback this evening, did a great job in there, and Villanueva's come in for him, and obviously he's gotten some more carries as well, but on defense he's stepping up. He's laying the licks, and we're in for a great second half. I can't wait. This is a definite winnable ball game for Red Mountain. They make some halftime adjustments and come out even stronger here in the second half.
It'll be interesting to see who they give the football to here in the second half. It was Nas Bryant that started the game, and then it was George Ramirez for the bulk of that second quarter, and then we saw Josiah bust off some really nice plays and show that speed and agility and show his typhoon-like ways to Josiah Villanueva. So, and then I must mention Lennox Lawson. He might be the best player on the field in the first half. I mean, Georgie's been outstanding, but Lennox Lawson has just showed what kind of game this young man could develop. Just as a sophomore, when you think about the future for 13, I think it's really, really bright. And when you talk about this young man right here, Miles Taylor, 5'15", 4 touchdowns, 28 catches through 6 games. That's Lennox Lawson next year.
Yeah, L3 is definitely coming on as a sophomore. You can see the moves out there. He's not afraid to go after the contact and look for extra yardage. Very impressive, and he's only going to get better and better as we go on.
It's halftime from Williamsfield High School. Our score, Red Mountain 13, Williamsfield 7. Stay with us for all of our halftime festivities. You're watching Red Mountain Football on the Red Mountain Football Broadcast Network. We welcome you back inside the press box from Williamsfield High School. Our score 13-7. Appreciate your patience during that long halftime. It's senior night here. So many student athletes and cheerleaders and band members all being recognized here at the home of the Blackhawks. And they put up 12 minutes on the Longview scoreboard. It's 13-7. And from what we gather, the quarterback for Williamsfield, C.J. Tiller, will be able to come back in this ball game, but we will see. You know how coaches like to tell other coaches and other broadcasters and other people the like of the opposition, they like to give them fibs. They like to tell fibs, James.
Yeah, we will see here momentarily. It looks like
so there was a procedure penalty on the second half kickoff, and those are things that just make you scratch your head. With a long 20 minutes, they come out here and there's procedure on Red Mountain. And what a great call by this officiating team to be able to snuff that one out, to see it and to call it and flag them.
Consistency, Kevin, is the key. You got to.
There's just no tolerance, zero tolerance for
You
procedure.
want to rein in the second half, make sure things don't get out of hand. There's been no time off the clock yet. Here we go once again.
This is like an official in a heavyweight bout trying to gain control of the ring. This is Williamsfield. This is going to be Taylor with a big hole up the middle, and Taylor finally goes down around the 38-yard line. Nice special teams tackle up there for Red Mountain. 31. Xavier Fendenheim with Daniel Butler getting it done. Fendenheim right next to DB, the Beast.
Butler putting his head in there to finish that when he jarred the ball loose momentarily, but the Williamsfield ball carrier able to recover that one, and 1st and 10 now Blackhawks.
So the quarterback for Williamsfield will be C.J. Tiller, 71-119, 1,093 yards. He averages 182.2 yards a night passing. He's got 3 wide receivers to the near side. In fact, trips to the near side. They run it to Hunter. Hunter in space, loses his footing, and goes down around the 42-yard line. So LaShawn Hunter got that pitch, and George Ramirez starts the second half right where he finished up the first half. 3 consecutive tackles, and now making 4 in a row for Georgie Ramirez on his way to a 10-tackle night. And Parker McClure seems like he averages double digits in tackles each and every evening. Jared Butler had back-to-back 13 tackle games, JP.
Yeah, Hunter trying to string that one out wide that time, but nothing doing as the Red Mountain defense just filling the holes to perfection.
Joshua Dye in at the tailback spot, in for Caden Cloud. This is Dye. Dye to the outside, and nice job there defensively by 19. Gabe Cook, the cornerback, coming up there, mixing things up, leaving his receiver to play run pursuit. And Gabe Cook with a nice job there. How about that? Good effort there by Cookie.
Second really nice stop tonight for Gabe Cook, coming up and run support there from his cornerback position. That was a great stop. This is going to be a big third down. Now, there was a big stop there for the Red Mountain defense, forcing this 3rd and 5 now for Williamsfield.
Tackle number 13 on the night. This is an empty set here for Tiller. 3 wide receivers to the wide side. Tiller is going to run it. Tiller breaks 1 tackle. Tiller stiffs arm another tackler to the 45, turns the corner 50, first down, and he runs out of bounds. George Ramirez was right there to greet him out of bounds, and just in case he wanted to turn it up the field and run into that kicking net, George Ramirez was going to go with him shoulder to shoulder all the way down the sideline off the field.
Yeah, Georgie was ready. Great pursuit angle there for number 9, George Ramirez, but number 9 on the other side there for Williamsfield, C.J. Taylor looks like he was pretty good, in pretty good shape there as he carried that ball up the field. Didn't look like he had any hitch in his get-along there.
That was a 12-yard scramble for C.J. Tiller. Before that scramble, Tiller, 4 carries for 21 yards. He doesn't really run the football very much. Again, 3 wide receivers to that far side of the field. They run a little bit of a reverse down the sideline at his 25. That's Sovereign. Josh Sovereign gets the edge there. Nice job there with some space to the edge. He was chased out by EP Ethan Peterson. EP with the tackle. We've got 2 EPs now, Eli Palmer and Ethan Peterson. And for the first one, Ethan Peterson picks up the tackle right there. Tiller gets the play from the sidelines. 10-10 to go. Clock stopped on the out-of-bounds play. 13-7 is our score. We had all kinds of funkiness going on with that clock here in that first half. Tiller to the ground again. They go to Dye, and Dye gets creamed. Ball's loose again. Skyler Edmonds says he's got the football. That's the second time that Red Mountain has come up with the rock, and the officiating crew, now they're going to talk about it. Who knows? Maybe after this conference, Red Mountain will get the football.
Yeah, it looked like Skyler Edmonds was the one to come up with it there. Unfortunately, they do rule that it stays with Williamsfield.
Let's be honest. They don't know. Let's be blunt. They just don't. They don't know. They talked about it. Ron, what do you got? Roy, what do you see? Hal, what'd you see? Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see it either.
All right, first down Blackhawks then.
13-7. Same exact play. They go right back to Sovereign again, and he's got that crease just inside the numbers there, and he's got that nice little burst of speed there and some good footwork there. Before Gabe Cook comes up for his third tackle. Now Gabe Cook mixing it up as a run stuffer. Nice to see 19 getting it done.
How about 1-9 in there? Coming up, a nice job once again in run support across the field that time for number 19, Gabe Cook.
Kyler Casper lines up to the far side along with Miles Taylor. Taylor has Dye to his left. High snap. They go right back to Sovereign again. Third consecutive play. And this time Red Mountain is able to answer that challenge just a little bit. Sovereign is going to be stopped short after a couple-yard gain because Eli Palmer was there to lay him out.
Great job there. Misdirection once again up front for Williamsfield. The offensive line trying to get that defense going the other way for Red Mountain. But a great job staying home that time for the defense and Red Mountain Lions.
Tackle number 37 for 45, Eli Palmer. 3rd down and 2. Huge play here for Steve Campbell's offense. I formation now. The deep back is Josh Dye. They give it to Dye, and Dye gets popped right at the line of scrimmage. Good defense there at the point of attack by Red Mountain. Parker McClure leading the way, and I believe they're going to give him forward progress just enough to move the sticks by about the nose of the football, James.
Wow, he just barely got that because there was excellent penetration that time for Parker McClure. He read that perfectly, scraped, got inside, made first contact with the ball carrier, but he got just enough for the first down.
In a game like this, the margin of error is razor thin. There's just no chance to look back. Straight drop. Tiller gets belted from behind. And he was able to hold on to the football that time. Cole Loria is there to drop the quarterback. He's behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to give Cole Loria a sack on that play. How about it for Cole Loria?
Fantastic job there for Loria. Excellent job getting the sack. 47, Tyler Cade Brown in on the mix as well there, along with Parker McClure coming in to try to finish up as well.
That's the 3rd sack of the season for Cole Loria. Outstanding work from the 5'11", 185-pound capbacker. They go back to Sovereign again, and Sovereign's going to lower the shoulders and blow up Ethan Peterson. But he's got he's close to the 19-yard line, so he's inside the red zone.
Ethan Peterson on that one, a great stop there, stepping up. That's a big-time step up there for Ethan Peterson, 175 pounds.
You think they're going to go to Josh Sovereign again with that little play? They've run that play 4 times on this drive. 7 minutes to go. 13-7. This is a option left. Running with the ball is Hunter. Hunter to the outside. He gets lassoed up and ripped out of bounds. Who ripped him out of bounds? Number 9, George Ramirez. And Georgie, so close to double digits in tackles here in this ball game. Georgie Ramirez has been on the hunt tonight, and he's delivering some game.
Georgie with great pursuit from the edge right there. Unfortunately, Kevin, that was a bad spot. That ball should have been about a half a yard short of the line to gain. But, maybe a little home cooking right there. I don't know.
A questionable spot. Interesting.
Yes, sir.
Last time I used that, it was a football game between U of A and ASU.
Here we go.
Wildcat Stadium. You're like, where was that spot? They run it again right, and slipping a tackle is the tailback. I want to say that's LaShawn Hunter. It is LaShawn Hunter, and Vincent Glovna all over that play along with Eli Palmer and friends. Even Andrew Bonham in there stirring things up.
A number of Red Mountain defenders in on that one as well. Skylar Edmonds making first contact, but somehow the tailback able to escape the grasp of 27. But help on the way quickly there for the Red Mountain defense.
59-degree evening here, 5:48 to go on the march. It's Williamsfield now in the red zone. And they do a quick pitch to Sovereign again. Sovereign has had some success on this drive. Timeout taken on the field. That's a big timeout here early in this third quarter. Coach Peterson takes the timeout, and we'll take the timeout right alongside of him. You're watching Red Mountain Football on the Red Mountain Football Broadcast Network on Red Mountain TV. We welcome you back to Williamsfield High School. So out to take the snap will be C.J. Tiller. He has LaShawn Hunter, a junior tailback, 5'9", 168. For Hunter, 203 yards rushing on this campaign. They'll face a 2nd and 12 from the Mountain Line 16-yard line. Tiller will have Hunter flanked to his left. It's going to be the quarterback, Tiller, on a keep, and he spins out of a tackle, and he finally lunges forward towards the 5-yard line. He got hit at the point of attack, then kind of pinballed, and was able to, he got pinballed into some freedom, into space.
He did. That was a great job there by Tiller. He read the defensive end. The defensive end came upfield, kept the football. He took it inside, and plenty of room to run there in the middle of the field for Tiller.
Some big boys up front. Number 64, Raymond Mortensen, the guard. I formation. The deep back is Joshua Dye. Under center, it's Tiller to Dye, and he's going to get tackled for a loss in the backfield. That has to be Parker McClure with the tackle. Oh, wow, what a play. Shooting the gap. Another tackle for a loss for Parker McClure. That is a big man type of play for 30.
Showing blitz that time. Parker McClure coming from the opposite A gap. He found the play side B gap, knifed through there in a hurry, and made a TFL at just the right time. That was a huge play right there for the defense. And now, possibly now a field goal attempt on here for Williamsfield. And Parker McClure might have saved the touchdown right there, Kev.
So Steve Campbell will elect for the 3. Clock rolling at 4:22. The holder is 12, Carson Spear. The place kicker is Caden Lotioncole. And the kick is up and true. 26-yard field goal attempt by Caden Lotioncole. And with 4:13 to go in this third quarter from Williamsfield High School, our score, Red Mountain 13, Williamsfield 10. And that was a little bend but don't break for the Red Mountain defense. And Coach Enders and Mike Peterson will take that all day long.
Oh, yes, indeed. That was a great job rising up. That Williamsfield offense was moving the football almost at will there for the majority of that drive, and then Red Mountain's defense stiffening there at the end and holding them out. A great stop once again there by number 30, Parker McClure, and that was huge.
James, you look at some numbers on this season. Rushing yards, I mentioned Red Mountain was 27th. Williamsfield is 12th in the 6A. They began the game with 792. For Red Mountain, 8 touchdowns on the ground. That's 14th in the 6A conference, just 7 for Williamsfield, tied for 15th. And then you look at the passing yard numbers. These teams are just eerily similar. Not like similar to Red Mountain Liberty a year ago, but 20 similar.
Too soon, Kev, too soon.
Still, Mrs. Bourne didn't want to talk about it either.
Too soon.
From his own 1-yard line. This is Lennox Lawson. Down the sideline with speed. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Oh, and he gets tripped up. Oh, my. Oh. Lennox Lawson, unofficially an 80-yard return. You talk about the speed. We've been talking about it from upstairs here all evening long. The burst, the acceleration, and that time he turned on the jets, and I don't know how he got clipped up. But an amazing defensive play and a great tackle by Williamsfield.
Was that DK Metcalf that ran him down? What was that? Unbelievable. What a return there for L3. The speed up the sideline. I thought for sure he was housing it.
Great play. And you talk about an answer after a field goal. Josh Barge's offense comes right back with great field position. They set up shop on the 8-yard line. First and goal to go, Mountain Lions. Drake Bourne in the slot. AC to the outside. Under center, it's the quarterback. The give is to, looks like Nas. And Nas got strung out. Finally got dropped by Donovan Guyton. No gain on the play. Evan Swoboda, the quarterback. He wears number 10. Evan with an interception here tonight. Does have 9 touchdown passes on the year. Make it 10 with the one to Lennox Lawson, the only touchdown pass of this game. Bourne lines up to the far side. In the slot, it's Anthony Carrington. The deep back is George Ramirez. Georgie gets it. Bounce to the outside. Stiff arm, still on his feet. Spin out of the tackle at the 10 to the 5, and finally drop that right there.
Great job there by Georgie Ramirez.
Alan Toohey with another tackle. Nice job by Toohey. And now Williamsfield starting to stiffen just a little bit inside the green zone. Ball is spotted on the 5, and now we get a penalty marker. So the line judge, that's Jeff Barker. And I believe they're going to give a sideline warning to Williamsfield. And if you go back to the archives and listen to our broadcasts, I say it for years. This guy will give this team a sideline warning. I did not know that Jeff Barker was here tonight. Had I seen him, I would have made that same call. Trust me.
You know it's coming. At least one a game, maybe one a half even.
Nas Bryant, the deep back. A play fake for Swoboda. He throws, and the ball is caught around the 4-yard line. Gage Skidmore on the receiving end of that one. And the ball will be spotted just inside the 5. Let's see what Josh Barge wants to do here. What does Coach Peterson want to do? They want the 3, or they want to try to go for some extra mojo? I think they want to go for it.
Here we go, Kev. This is a big 4th down right now. They got to capitalize on that fantastic return from Lennox Lawson.
4th and goal from the 4-yard line, and Peterson will take a timeout. 2:08 to go in the ball game. And perhaps the biggest play of the game is upcoming here.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one. They want to take advantage. A big difference right now between going up 20-10 and then going up 16-10, but you'll take either one right now here on the road at Williamsfield.
Third quarter action here, home of the Blackhawks. I was talking about the success of Steve Campbell. 7 double-digit win seasons, 2 state championships. We mentioned the one from a year ago. Imagine they lost their first 2 games, 0-2. Steve Campbell had never been 0-2 at the helm for Williamsfield. Then they rip off 12 straight wins. They beat Campo Verde for the state championship, and that's their second title. And back in 2016, the Blackhawks went 14-0 and were 5A state champs. So they've got jewelry 2 times over. In fact, they both these schools have 2 state championships to their credit.
Yeah, this school knows how to win. Coach Steve Campbell, you mentioned the only coach in program history, and a number of state championships here, and they got another tough team this year. We'll see how far they can take it.
It'll be George Ramirez, the deep back. It's Georgie up the middle. Georgie to the end zone and in for the touchdown. Georgie Ramirez powers his way into the end zone for a touchdown, and the Mountain Lions have gone up 19-10, point after try upcoming.
Did you see Georgie Ramirez absolutely run over, bulldoze the defensive tackle there right at the line, at the goal line for the touchdown? What a play.
for Georgia's second rushing touchdown of the season. And let's see what they do for the point after try. I believe they want to go for 2. That makes the most sense here. It's 19-10 with 2:02 to go in this third quarter. Red Mountain wants to go for 2. They line up to the far hash. Butler in one slot, Carrington to the near side. It'll be Evan with the snap. Evan's going to take off and run it into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Evan Swoboda gets it done. It's now 21-10 Mountain Lions in command with 2:02 to go here in the third quarter.
How about it, Red Mountain on the road tonight at Williamsfield. It's senior night. This crowd is now officially out of the ball game. Red Mountain playing fantastic. They came out here in the second half. A great return there from Lennox Lawson on that last kickoff. And finishing the job there, the Red Mountain offense, and going for 2 and getting it. Evan Swoboda, power football. I love to see it, Kevin.
That was awesome. And as you indicate, an 80-yard return by Lennox Lawson. Lennox Lawson's speed on display tonight. He's had an impact in this football game, and that is a nice addition to your club. You add some speed like that, tremendous. And here it is, 21-10. Wow, what a turn of events here in this football game.
It's in the genes for number 13 at Lennox Lawson. Shout out to Lance, who may be in our viewing audience tonight. Hope you're doing well up there. And your brother getting it done here tonight for the Mountain Lions.
For George Ramirez, his 18th career touchdown, excluding numbers that he's achieved defensively, but 18 all-purpose touchdowns for Georgie Ramirez, none bigger than that one. And you talk about answering the challenge as a senior, and you look around your own locker room as the senior, as these kids look up to you, Georgie is delivering here on this evening. And that kick goes into the end zone. They went back to Luke Evans, and Luke Evans put a charge into that one. Another touchback for him, and that's where Luke Evans can be effective. And if Luke Evans can put the ball into the box, that gives Red Mountain a huge lift.
Oh, that just starts the defensive off with a great bit of confidence, able to play with an 80-yard field to go for the offense, and Luke Evans with a great kickoff there for Red Mountain. Now the defense can fly around, maybe pin their ears back a little bit, get after the quarterback, and play a little bit more loose here with an 11-point lead.
As we said, Georgie Ramirez's second rushing touchdown of the season, his 8th rushing touchdown of his career. 1st and 10 from their own 20. This is going to be quarterback C.J. Tiller, now trailing. Empty set for him. He's got 5 wide receivers. Here comes the rush. They dump it off to Hunter over the middle of the field. He sheds a tackle, looks for the blockers, still on his feet. He's finally thrown out of bounds. Parker McClure all over that play. Eli Palmer also there. And Andrew Bonham was in on the action. You had 3 guys, a trio of Mountain Lions over there. And I will say this about LaShawn Hunter. LaShawn Hunter is one of those twitch kind of guys. This kid at 5'9", 168, he has got some really, really nifty footwork.
Yeah, he does. Able to really cut on a dime. A lot of wiggle there. And credit to the Red Mountain defensive backs and run support for breaking down and corralling that guy.
Miles Taylor lines up to the slot. They run it on an end around to Sovereign again, and it gets popped at the 32-yard line. Ethan Peterson there to drop Sovereign along with Eli Palmer. Nice job there, but again, they use Sovereign in these gadget plays, going the opposite direction, as you like to say, misdirection. And Red Mountain's defense, who had a big stop on that last drive, only surrendered the 3 points. And the offense got things done. 21-10 our score here late in the third quarter. Tiller to the air on a play fake. Steps up, goes for the deep ball, looking for Taylor, and the ball is caught by Taylor inside the 35-yard line. Down to the 28-yard line is Miles Taylor.
What a beautiful pass that time. C.J. Tiller dropping back, airing it out into the night sky, into double coverage, and the patience there, the adjustment for number 3, Miles Taylor, to the football. An outstanding reception.
Gain of 41 yards unofficially. Miles Taylor has been targeted 2 or 3 times tonight. I believe that's his first reception of the night. If not, it's his second. catch number 29 and 30. Big play right there inside 60 seconds to go in this quarter. They want to set up a screen. They do to the far outside. This is Casper down the sideline and finally shoved out of bounds. Parker McClure was there. As McClure and Casper walk back to the playing field, they have a nice conversation. You can only imagine what Parker was saying to the wide receiver that time. Probably something about, you don't want to be coming back this way anytime soon, do you?
Yeah, I'm going to be here for the rest of this quarter, and then I'll be here for all of the fourth quarter as well. If I could have one guy mic'd up out there on the field, it would be number 30.
I tell you what, he would be worth the price of admission. And it'd be something like this, like all day. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, just every play, like, I'm going to be here for you, buddy. 2nd and 2. They go to Dye, and Dye has the first down. Dye gets 6 yards up the middle. They're going right at this Red Mountain defense. Up off the pile is Skylar Edmonds and friends. Cole Loria over there, but Skylar Edmonds, he took the most of that punishment from Joshua Dye right there.
You know, ever since I've been on the scene here at Red Mountain, Kevin, the linebackers have always been really good for this team. I think that trickle-down effect from Coach Enders, being a linebacker himself, more coming soon.
Tiller under center. The pitch to Dye, trying to bounce it outside in space, makes a move to the 10 to the 5, and that is actually LaShawn Hunter. So Steve Campbell rotating his backs quite a bit here. Almost every play, it's a new ball carrier here, using LaShawn Hunter and Joshua Dye and Josh Sovereign. Nice tackle again, double digits. One more Friday night for Parker McClure. Joshua Dye is checked back in. Dye gets the call here. Makes a little jump cut, and he's just going to run right into the end zone for a touchdown. Well, he got popped around a little bit in there, but his momentum just took him right into the end zone there, and that looked like an easy run for Joshua Dye.
Yeah, the only guy that had a chance there right at the goal line was 27, Skylar Evans. He tried to lay a lick on him, but just too much momentum going forward. And Dye plunges into the end zone for the 6 points.
I think that's Dye's first touchdown of the year. However, Coach Campbell and his staff, they only put in stats for one game for Williamsfield, which is super cool for the broadcasting team. So now,
not so cool for the kids, though.
Williamsfield will go for 2. It's 21-16. Bumbled snap, pass to the outside for Sovereign. He dives for the goal line, and they're going to say he broke the plane of the goal line for a 2-point conversion. Holy Toledo.
Oh, boy.
You'd like to see that one again. From our vantage point here, you couldn't tell if he broke the plane of the goal line or not. However, the line judge was right there. You got to assume that he had a good look at that one.
Yeah, he's standing right there on the other side of the pylon. It looked to be close from up here, as you mentioned, but the official right on top of the play there. 3-point ball game, Kevin, going into the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks.
And you might recall, Sovereign also, when he left his feet and apparently broke the plane of the goal line, he also dropped the rock, and yet there was nothing to that. So once you kiss the goal line or you break the plane with the nose of the football, play's dead.
Play's over.
What they say.
That's it.
But speaking of interesting things around the game of football, do you know what a catch is in the National Football League? I mean, you feel like you know what a catch is, right?
You would think you know, yes.
It's so bizarre. You're like, well, that's a catch. And then you're like, no, that's not a catch. Yeah, okay. I saw him catch the ball, so whatever. Just bizarre how it changes. The tune changes.
How about your guy AB getting back into the mix in the NFL, huh?
Well, I like the 0 he picked up in his first week.
Me too.
This is Butler trying to find his way through the traffic down there. As the PA announcer indicates here, this time they bottle up Daniel the Beast Butler. The difference there was Lennox Lawson. So the first 3 quarters are in the books here. As we move into the fourth quarter from Williamsfield High School, we'll take a break. Fourth quarter coming up next. You're watching Red Mountain Football on the Red Mountain Football Broadcast Network. Back to live action. This is Josiah Villanueva. Little start, stop, stutter step, and he's got nowhere to go. Impressive defense that time by the Blackhawks. That was Donovan Guyton over there to make the tackle, his 6th tackle of this football game. And now the old Uncle Mo, as we talk about from one game to the next, appears to be on the side of Williamsfield right now as their defense was fired up on that play on Josiah Villanueva.
Well, they were indeed. They know what's at stake now. A 3-point ball game, the final quarter here. A lot at stake for both these football teams. This is going to be a great one.
Here comes Swoboda. Back to throw with some time. Dumps it off into the fight. It's Josiah. Josiah makes the first man miss out across the 30-yard line, and Swoboda's down. Or there's a player down. I beg your pardon. It looks like Ian Newling is banged up for Red Mountain, and this would be a devastating loss to the Mountain Lion offensive line. And I don't know that I think it's Javi Aranda Pinion now that I think about it.
Now, Pinion is standing over there. I see him up. I believe that could very well be, I don't know who that is, Kevin.
It's got to be Castellano then, 65.
Must be Victor Castellano, 6'3", 325 senior tackle for Red Mountain.
Injury timeout from Williamsfield. We'll be right back. You're watching Red Mountain football on the Mountain Lion Football Broadcast Network. Out of an injury timeout from Williamsfield, the injured player for Red Mountain is Apache Junction transfer number 62, Rudy Robertson. Robertson, a junior, 6'1", 255. At least the players that we don't recognize are guys that just were gained their eligibility in the last couple of games. So
yes,
if you don't get tipped off, hey, we got 5 new guys.
You don't know.
You don't know.
That's right. That's right. Knowledge is power, Kevin.
62, Rudy Robertson. Welcome to the club. Here comes Red Mountain's offense. They go to Josiah Villanueva, bumped off the play initially. Now they stand him up, and there's nowhere to go at all. You have to love the drive and determination for Josiah, but there's no room to roam over there at all. And now you have to start changing your combinations of offensive linemen that you're working with here. So a big stop for Williamsfield, which would put Red Mountain into a punting situation here, as Jordan Morris now, the tight end, has been summoned to punt here tonight. He stands at his own 30-yard line. He's punted twice tonight. First one was a nice punt that they downed inside the 1-yard line, and the second punt wasn't so good. This is the third punt, and it's a high punt, and the ball is loose, and this should be a penalty on Red Mountain.
Yeah.
The return man did not have any kind of ability to catch the ball, so there'll be interference at the least on that.
Yeah. Didn't quite give them the old 3 yards there that they like to have you allow the return man.
So when you look at the situation here, 10:24 to go. You're up by 3. You really need your defense to perhaps win this game for you. Maybe another turnover, maybe another defensive touchdown. But in this game that we called would be a slobber knocker game at 21-18 with 10:24 to go, it's just that.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And what Red Mountain needs right now to go along with the stop here on defense is for that offensive line to come out on the next drive and get that push that they've had the most of the first half and into the third quarter and really blow this defensive line for Williamsfield off the line right now, because right now they're getting into the backfield for Red Mountain.
So after the penalty is marked off, Williamsfield will start this drive in Red Mountain territory at the 49-yard line. Tough break right there on that special teams play. They flip it to Sovereign, and Sovereign gets drilled. He gets decked by Parker McClure at the 50-yard line. You talk about standing someone up at midfield. Parker McClure, have a ball game.
How about that right there? Full head of steam there for Parker, and just a ear hole job there for Mr. McClure. Well done.
For myself, when I talk about Parker McClure and I talk to the other media colleagues around football, and I talk big about Parker McClure, and I say, hey, this guy's the best linebacker in the state of Arizona, in my opinion. Yes, I watch him every Friday night. But when you see plays like that, I stand to rest my case. Tiller to the air. Ball's a jump ball, and it's broken up. Nice no call by the official. Gabe Cook all over that one. You had Gabe Cook on Davin Switzer. Switzer is 6'7", 206. Gabe Cook is not that big. 5'10", a buck 55, giving up almost 50 pounds and giving up, 7 inches. Holy Toledo, what a play by Gabe Cook.
Fantastic defensive position right there. He timed his jump just right and was in just the perfect area to not allow that receiver to catch the ball. Great no calls. You mentioned that was just a great play all the way around.
3rd and 11 from midfield. They run a reverse again. It's Soffer, and he makes one man miss, drives forward and lunges towards the 40-yard line. He's going to be about 3.5 yards short, but I think Red Mountain, for the first time this evening, they dodge a bullet in regards to an official's call. There was a face mask in there, and I think Red Mountain got away with one before Josh Campos hustled down the field to make that tackle.
Yeah, they got away with the call there. It looked like a face mask or a very slight face mask, but regardless, fourth down now.
4th and 3 from the Red Mountain 42-yard line. Big play here for the quarterback, C.J. Tiller, and now Steve Campbell wants to talk about it. 9:01 to go. They're taking a timeout. There's a lot of time to go in this game, but think about what this play means if Steve Campbell's taking a timeout with 9:01 to go.
Yeah, it's big time. I'm not sure that the offense didn't know that it was they might have thought it was still 3rd down for a moment there because they were kind of late to flip the thing on the sideline, but Steve Campbell called the timeout and really not sure.
What are they doing, watching film on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady?
Maybe.
What down is it? 4. Okay. Oh, we get 5 downs, right? Oh, just 4 downs?
Colorado, Michigan, 5 downs. Cordell Stewart, we talked about that last week on the ride home, Kev.
I don't think it was Cordell Stewart. I think it was 2, Darian Hagan.
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
How can we have one of our crack staff look this up?
I'm going to look that up tonight. I'm going to let you know.
It was either Darian Hagan, 2.
I could have sworn that was Slash.
You think it was Cordell? Cordell wore 10, right?
Uh-huh.
And then they had another guy in there. I want to say he might have worn number 9, and I don't recall. But I know the play. It was in this end zone at Colorado.
Uh-huh.
And there was 5 downs. Yeah, I'm going Darian Hagan all the way. I would put a Morton steak on it, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We go big time here. Upcoming is a 4th and 3 play here. Red Mountain needs to win this game to even up the books at 3 and 3. Coach Peterson's sitting on career win number 33. Steve Campbell is sitting on career win number 130. 9:01 to go. It's a 3-point ball game, and here comes Williamsfield working right to left. Ball spotted on the 42-yard line. Huge play for the Mountain Lion defense. No call, no call.
Nope.
Just play football. There goes Hunter in motion. They give it to Hunter. Hunter tries to cut it up the field, and there's a penalty marker on the field. The umpire dropped the flag. He's got the first down, or he's going to be very close.
I don't know about that. He looked like he could have been stopped short on that one.
To me, I'm asking for a measurement regardless. They've got to place the ball here, and let's see. You're right. After the second look at the spot, I don't know that he got the first down. And now this penalty appears to be going against Williamsfield.
Yep.
Just by the body language of the umpire.
The official's standing at the 40-yard line, Kevin. They're going to spot at the 40, but the penalty on Williamsfield and decline by Red Mountain.
Because they didn't get the first down. What a stop by Red Mountain's defense. They went with a sweep to LaShawn Hunter, and LaShawn Hunter, instead of going to the boundary, cut it up inside, and he was knocked short. Great defense by Red Mountain, and what I thought was an interesting play by Hunter. That dude, again, we talked about his wiggle and his quicks. He is just amazing with that footwork. But the amazing here is the Red Mountain defense has stood tall. Once again, they got the rock. They give it to Nas Bryant, who started this game at tailback. Kind of bounce it left. Tabor Thomas with the tackle for the Blackhawks, his 3rd tackle. And walking off the field, holding his hamstring, is Jordan Morris. It's a chilly night out here. 57 degrees at one point. 3-point ball game. Clock rolling with 8:23 to go. Nas Bryant remains the tailback. It's Swoboda to the air. He throws over the middle of the field. The ball is going to be dropped by Daniel Butler. And I want to make sure we get that correct. The ball was at the ankles or just above the shoe tops of Daniel Butler. That would have been a miraculous catch, quite honestly. Great effort to get his body in position to try to bring that one in.
Yeah, Butler did all he could on that one to try to pull it off his shoe tops, and he might have even ran for a first down on that one, but unfortunately it falls incomplete.
Yeah, it's incomplete, and that favors the Blackhawks as the clock stops, so that was a big play. Play fake here for Evan. Loads up, going for the deep ball. He's got Anthony Carrington there, and the ball's caught inside the 20-yard line. What a throw by Swoboda, and what a catch by Anthony Carrington, streaking down the field. Huge play for Red Mountain.
Oh, my goodness. What a throw. Evan Swoboda, great protection up front from the offensive line. Goes through the air. A beautiful catch. Carrington was well covered right there, but Swoboda dropped a dime right in there.
Unofficially, a 53-yard pass play. Swoboda to Anthony Carrington, and AC big again. Evan, the turn to give to Nas Bryant. Tries to jump cut it. Now he's going up the middle, driving those legs forward at the 5, and they're going to knock him down there. Tudor Waddle makes the tackle for Williamsfield. Clock continues to roll inside. 8 minutes to go. 7:30 remaining in this football game from Williamsfield High School.
Fantastic scoop blocks on the left-hand side there. Allowed Nas Bryant to get through the original line of scrimmage. He cut it back towards the middle. A nice gain there for 2.
Lennox Lawson lines up in the left slot. Born to the near side. It's Nas Bryant again. Bryant gets the carry. Bounce it to the outside. Nas is going to try to spin back towards the field, and he's going to be tackled by a trio of Blackhawks right there, led by number 21, Tabor Thomas. Also in on that play is Philly Snuka Ialu. So now it'll be a 3rd down and goal to go. Ball is spotted on what looks to be the 7-yard line. Carrington split outside to the left. In the slot, it's Boren. The deep back is Georgie. Georgie gets the call. Georgie is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage with no gain. Tabor Thomas all over that play for Williamsfield. He's had 3 plays in a row now, 2 out of the last 3, 6-13 and counting. And Mike Peterson will elect to go for 3 here. Kai Hanohano will be the holder. The place kicker is going to be the tight end, Cody Hall. Cody Hall hit 2-point after tries last week from 17 yards. The kick is wide left. The kick is wide left. Had he made it, you'd have been rejoiceful. But when you continue to miss those kicks, for my money, I got to go with the Madden approach. I'm not going to punt. I'm not going to kick. I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to go for the end zone. I'm going for the jugular. What are we playing for at this stage of the game?
Yeah, you got to go for 2 right there. A 3-point ball game. A little movement up front on that play. Unfortunately, it wasn't called. It really wouldn't have mattered because it was wide left, but you got to go for 2 in that scenario.
The timing was thwarted by perhaps the snap or the placement of the football. If something wasn't poetry in motion right there, I'll tell you that much. 3-point ball game, 5:49 to go. The defense is going to have to win it again. They dump it out in the flat. This is one. Hunter to the outside, and Hunter gets tripped up on that far sideline. Georgie Ramirez, first man there, as Georgie Ramirez has been the first man to the ball carrier on more than 10 occasions here tonight. Between McClure and Georgie Ramirez, they just continue to pile up the tackles.
The effort is just unbelievable from both these guys running sideline to sideline. Unbelievable.
You know, last week you were playing cheerleaders from the stands. You were cheering people on. You were asking the Red Mountain fans.
I was telling the crowd to get up. That's right.
And by the way, we need to comment on our fans in just a moment. So it's Tiller again in an empty set. 5 wide receivers now. Here comes the blitz from the outside. The ball is dropped off and caught. The receiver is Hunter. Hunter goes down the sideline. Hunter is still on his feet and is going to be tackled around the 50-yard line.
Looks like he stepped out of bounds at the 35.
Gabriel Cook over there to make what might have been a touchdown-saving tackle. I think we thought the play was going to be over right around the 30, 35-yard line, and LaShawn Hunter maintained some impressive agility, and that footwork was also very, very impressive as he comes off the field with a little hitch in his giddy-up. So let's see what happens to Hunter. They're already down Caden Cloud, their leading rusher. So now the ball spotted on the 49-yard line. The action's been at midfield all game long. We've loved this, James.
Oh, it's great.
They go to Sovereign again. He leaves his feet again. He's still running with the football and finally gets pile driven to the ground. Up there to make the tackle is Jared Butler. So 32, JB comes in and puts a stick on Sovereign. Josh Sovereign leaped in the air again, and this time it was Butler saying, you know what, I'm just going to drive you to the turf, and that's exactly what he did.
Butler saw him leave his feet. He started accelerating, had great defensive position, and then ran up and locked horns with him. Fantastic.
2nd and 5 from the 44-yard line. This is Tiller on the quarterback keep. He's got the first down. And finally, he had the first down, and he gets tackled from behind. Cole Loria comes up there to make a beautiful tackle as George Ramirez was gaining pursuit.
Nice stop there on the edge for the Red Mountain defense. Ball came loose there at the very end. Unfortunately, the play was dead already. Big 3rd down coming up here. They need to stop.
Huge play. 3rd down and a long 3. Between the Longstream scoreboard and the actual sideline crew, and now they fixed the scoreboard, so they're going to call it a long 2. Looks like it's closer to, we'll go with 2. 3rd down and 2. Ball spotted on the Mountain Line, 41-yard line. Huge play here. They run it to Dye. He's got the first down. Penalty marker from the backfield. This one might be coming back. And if it is coming back, it'll be big for Red Mountain. Ethan Peterson makes the tackle for that Red Mountain defense out of the secondary.
What a play there for EP on the edge. A hole that's going to bring him back anyway, but an outstanding defensive effort there from Eli Palmer. Or excuse me, from Ethan Peterson.
15th tackle on the season for EP. Ethan Peterson had 59 tackles last year. An East Valley Region second teamer, Ethan Peterson. We don't say that enough. 21-18, 3:57 to go. Mountain Lions defense have been asked to win this football game.
Once again, we're back in the middle of the football field, Kevin. It's going to be one in the trenches here tonight.
Here comes LaShawn Hunter, the junior, playing without Caden Cloud for most of the football game. 3rd down and 13 from the Blackhawk 48-yard line, and now we get an umpire with the penalty on the play. He throws the flag. Umpire continues to say, me, this one's on me. So I'm not sure what the call is. Now we get preliminary indication. And that's a procedure call against the Blackhawks. So they're going the wrong direction here. And if you're Kyle Anders, perhaps you might change your play call here. You're going to go with an all-out blitz.
I'm going Purple House blitz. I'm bringing everybody right now, Kevin.
Zero coverage. You're going
Zero.
after it. Here we go. Here we go.
There's not going to be anybody to throw to because we're going to have them on the back too quick.
C.J. Tiller under center. No, he's in the shotgun formation. Empty set, 5 wide receivers, 3 to the wide side. They reverse it to Hunter. Hunter thought about throwing it, and he's got nowhere to go. They string him out, and they lose yardage once again. Eli Palmer all over that play with Daniel Butler. And Vincent Glover might have chipped in also. And that, my friends, is going to result in a 4th down, and that is just too long of a journey for Steve Campbell's group to go to try to get the first down here. His team trailing by a field goal.
Fantastic defensive play right there for Red Mountain. They stood up. They rose to the occasion exactly when they needed to, and now Williamsfield is going to have to punt it away. And Red Mountain's going to have some pretty good field position here with just over 3 minutes to go in the ball game, up by 3.
Lotion Cole back to the punt game. This is Butler deep. Ball's loose. I don't know if it hit anybody or not, but now Williamsfield's going to fall on it. Hopefully Red Mountain didn't touch the football.
Yeah, they might have, but I don't think the officiating crew saw it, Kevin.
You and I agree on that 100%. I do believe that ball grazed Daniel Butler on a carom, and good thing someone yelled out fire drill to get the heck out of the way. So Red Mountain, as we said before, they're dodging bullets, they're dodging torpedoes, Scud missiles, and now some tank fire.
Yeah.
And finally, they get the football back here. So it's 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Evan Swoboda has gone all the way at quarterback. This is Villanueva to the edge. Start, stop, and he'll pick up a yard, maybe 2. And it's interesting, James, because you see a play like that, and you don't want Villanueva to go out of bounds. But you also wonder, was the play designed for him to go to the edge and then kind of turn it upfield with that idea, that presence of mind to keep the ball in bounds? But it just seemed like he broke off the run a little early, in my opinion.
Yeah, he tried to get to the edge. I don't think he thought anything was there, so he tried to stop really quick and re-accelerate and try to bring it back up the middle. And that defensive line for Williamsfield just closing down too quick.
And I feel like if he continued to go to the edge, he might have had a couple yards there. This is back to the ground game for Josiah. And Josiah bounces at the outside, and he's close to the first down. And he absolutely got leveled on the sideline. Looked like 20. Rayhon Barkley, a cornerback, just picked up tackle number 35 right there. What an impressive tackle on Villanueva. Full speed layout right there.
Yeah, that was a great open field stop right there on the edge. Villanueva had a great head of steam. He was heading towards the first down marker, but an excellent defensive play there for Williamsfield. Now they've called a timeout.
It's always a good time to talk about Parker McClure, a second-team all-conference player in the 6A conference a season ago, but it's also great to talk about Chuck's Fine Meats. And some of the finest butchery and the finest steaks in East Valley, Chuck's Fine Meats.
Your local butcher shop serving the Red Mountain community. Come see Chuck for the finest meats and provisions, located on Power and McKellips, and you can visit us on the web at chucksfinemeats.com.
Special thank you to McDonald Orthodontics, Sonsons, Dr. Corey Giles, proud sponsors of Red Mountain football. Huge play right here. 3rd and 2. If you're Red Mountain, you get a first down here, you got a chance to run out the clock. Evan to the ground game. To the outside. There he goes, down the sideline. George Ramirez still on his feet. And finally, he'll go out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Nice run by Georgie Ramirez, the longest run this season by a running back for Red Mountain. Unofficially 37 yards. 1:43, and the clock did stop. As they say, Georgie went out of bounds. But that was a huge first down for Red Mountain. A couple more of those, and they could kill the clock here. Back to the ground game. This is Nas Bryant. Great work by the offensive line to push that pile forward. That was indeed Nas Bryant. You know, you have to credit and give credit where credit's due. And tonight, we've talked about players of the game and things of this nature. But the offensive line, no sacks last week, JP, was a big boost. To come into this game, I don't believe there's been a sack here again. And this offensive line is finally, against a really good opponent, found some rhythm in that run game.
Yeah, they've established the run. They came out tonight. I think they intended on establishing the run from the very beginning of the football game. They fired off the football, and they're really starting to gel together. It takes time for an offensive line to get together, start playing in sync, and they're really doing that here tonight and peaking at the right time. A fantastic job up front. You mentioned no sacks last week. Swoboda, the jersey still clean again tonight.
Yeah. And you just look at their development, the progression. Coach Rook's doing a great job. The patience that's necessary for the fans, for the broadcasters, the coaches, the teammates. You have to have patience and
Yep.
let these guys work through things. 2nd and 6 from the 26. This is Swoboda on the ground, up the middle with big yardage, and I think he's going to get the first down. He does. An 8-yard run for Evan Swoboda. 1:28 to go. Though they just announced Tabor Thomas, double digits in tackles, is the player of the game for the Blackhawks.
That's good. Who's our player of the game, Kevin? The winning team.
I think that I wanted to give it to the line. I really did.
I would agree with you on that.
If you want me to pick one player, I'll pick Georgie Ramirez. I think Georgie was a standout, but I don't know how you couldn't give it to Parker McClure either. So last week we had co-players of the week. Maybe they do that same thing again this week. Who knows? But both those guys were dominant defensively tonight.
We're probably going to have to print at least 7 T-shirts this week. 5 for the offensive line, 1 for Parker, 1 for Georgie. Fair enough?
Coach Garces just put in his vote for Parker McClure to be the player of the game. And Coach Garces is the linebackers coach, so he's partial to 30.
He's a little biased, and that's okay. So are we.
Well, I mean, we're biased to the point I've been boasting about Parker since we saw him as a freshman. And I said, hey, you watch this kid develop. He will be, when he graduates, one of the top 5 linebackers in the state of Arizona. I gave him that praise this year. Yeah, he might be there now. Yeah, he could very well be. I needed a coach to confirm that. I appreciate you saying that. Hey, you bet. Coach Garces getting it done. Those linebackers were big. Eli Palmer, huge.
Oh, yes.
The development of Eli Palmer is coming on.
And we talked about it too, Kevin. Those backers are not able to flow without the great play of that defensive line up front as well.
You know, this is a good football team, Williamsfield. They have quality wins over Campo Verde, Castile, Higley, and Desert Ridge. I don't know if Ridge is a quality win anymore. Out of respect for Coach Hathcock, I give him the quality win. But you think about their quality losses for Williamsfield. They've lost to Centennial and Queen Creek. They got blown out 37-6 and 14-8 by Centennial. But where would Red Mountain be with a win over Queen Creek last week? It's just, if my aunt had, you know what, she'd be my uncle. But the reality is Red Mountain's this close. Will they have enough to knock down the door and get into that second season? We'll find out in the next 59.7, and there's another game next week at home against Castile. And how cool will it be to play at home again?
Well, that'll be a big challenge next week against Castile. You mentioned they squared off against Williamsfield, and Castile only lost by 3 to this Williamsfield team. So Red Mountain, a big challenge next week, but they can do it. They got to take care of business here first, and then next week a big one against the Colts of Castile.
So Jalen Daniels will take the snap here, and Jalen Daniels will take the knee. Victory formation, if you will. Red Mountain is going to go on the road and win their 3rd game of the season and upset the number 8 team in the 6A conference and beat the Blackhawks on their home field. Wow.
Impressive. A great effort here tonight, Kevin, in all 3 phases. We talk about it all the time, offense, defense, but special teams came out early and set the tone.
Williamsfield was 2-1 at home, and they will now be 2-2. Red Mountain will be 3-3. Congratulations to Coach Josh Barge, the offensive coordinator. Nice game plan here tonight.
Great call, Coach Barge.
And you look at the fans, and you look at this Red Mountain football team on the sidelines over there. They know what they just did. They know they just beat a really good Blackhawk football team, and they did it with their defense and some timely offense, James.
Oh, timely offense, some great plays all over the field, some great returns on special. The special teams game, Parker McClure, the guys we talk about that step up all the time, step up again tonight for this Red Mountain football team. McClure, Georgie Ramirez, great plays. Skylar Edmonds all over the field. Cole Loria with a couple great TFLs tonight. I mean, what can you say? I could go on and on.
Well, it was a team effort, right? It was a team-resulted win. Ethan Peterson, Gabriel Cook, what a ball game for the cornerback. He had a great game. Georgia, you mentioned. Bonham was pitched in. Jared Butler with a huge play late in this ball game. Campos, TKB. Collectively, this group dug down deep. They came on the road and got a big, big win here in hostile conditions. And you have to credit Mike Peterson and his entire coaching staff for their accomplishment here tonight.
Well, you could have looked at this game tonight, Kevin, as a Red Mountain football player and said, wow, we got to go out to Williamsfield and play those guys. That team is 4-2 overall. It can be very intimidating, but this team didn't come in here intimidated at all. They came in here ready to play and took care of business on the road tonight. Very proud of the Mountain Lions tonight.
In the 2 losses for Williamsfield, they've been outscored 61-14. In their wins, they outscored the opposition 98-73. Tonight, they lose by a field goal, 21-18. And boy, I tell you what, Coach Ender's defense was phenomenal again tonight. The defense won this game. I say timely offense because they were able to score when it mattered most. And as you mentioned, the special teams group here tonight, Lennox Lawson was an X factor tonight. He was a difference maker on this football field. For the first time this season, they used Lennox Lawson the right way, and he had success. He answered the challenge, and he delivered.
Yeah, you've heard a little bit about L3 here tonight. But he is really just getting started here for these Red Mountain Lions.
For our outstanding broadcast crew, Maxwell Vokoon, Jeremy Knutson, and all the fellas, we thank you all very much for your effort. Thanks for working with James Poovey and myself on this incredible broadcast. And for you, the fans listening at home, to the Borens and to the Hitman, Justin
JC.
Coleman, and Lance Lawson, and everybody that listens to the broadcast, I got to say, Isaac Thompson, Mike Thompson, a shout-out. The Swobodas, and everybody else. For James Poovey, I'm Kevin Derryberry. Good night from Williamsfield High School, where the Mountain Lions win it 21-18. They upset the number 8 team in the state. They're now 3-3. We'll see you next week at home as the Lions play host to the Castile Colts. Good night.